good afternoon. Welcome to the PM Live Lockdown Show. Here we are with you, 2 o'clock on the 23rd of November, 2020. Good afternoon, gents. Are we all well?
Good afternoon. Yeah,
everyone's
fine.
very subdued today.
Fine, thanks.
yeah, it's Monday.
It's Monday. Everyone's got the Monday blues a little bit today.
I
but
thought
yes,
we did really well keeping quiet.
I know. Do you know what? That's the quietest you lot have been since the go live moment right the way through. Everyone probably thought, oh, they're not in. So, yes, never mind. Anyway, we trust you're all well. You all had a very lovely weekend. I did. I was doing mugs. The mugs all racked up. And also I've done a load of reviews, absolute ton of reviews for you, which obviously you've been seeing going up at the moment. They'll be making their way up over the next week as we go make our way through. So that's pretty good. Looks like Matt's had a delivery of Panzer Aces in.
Yes, we have a new stock of Panzer. Well, a nearly new stock because we've got a few empty spaces, unfortunately. But yeah, we will be stocking all the Panzer Aces range of paint.
Yes.
So that came in today. So obviously, what's in the rack is what we've got, and what we haven't got, hopefully, will be here soon because they're out of stock at the stockists, unfortunately. So, which is a bit annoying when you get a new paint system because you want them all, don't you? But hey ho.
Yes.
Oh.
Nope. Is that Andy's one?
That's mine.
I've just muted literally because I'm having a new meter fitted right outside the window here, and mine was just going off, and then Andy's has just gone classic. So yes, good old. So yes, so now we're stocking Panzer Aces. As I say, hopefully we'll get those missing colours sorted out very soon. But it's a nice range, isn't it? As I say, I really know not a lot about them. I have to be honest here. I know not a lot about anything, but I know even littler or lesser. So talk us through it, Matt. Why are they so good?
They're well, obviously they're more thinking for figure painting. Most of them are the colours for that, but there is some other nice colours. There's rust colours in there, track primers, periscopes, canvas. Mainly the ones that are out of stock, if I'm honest, are the ones. There is a flesh sets as well, and just being the Panzer Aces range, obviously what they're geared up for, it's not a massive range like the model colour one. Yeah. So I actually quite like it. On this little rack behind me here, actually, is mostly Panzer Aces on top of that. So again, it is Vallejo model colour sort of relabeled, really, isn't it? So it works as, wet
So it's
palette.
a true acrylic.
Yeah.
You can thin it with airbrush cleaner, acrylic airbrush cleaner.
Yeah, you can spray it. Yeah.
Various stuff.
Brush is nice as well. So
it really works just like the white top stuff, yeah?
It is basically, yeah. They've just obviously geared up the colours for uniforms. It's got obviously German uniform, US, British tankers, and so it's a nice range, to be honest.
Some unique colours, isn't there?
Yeah, some really good. The rubber black is a really good colour. That's a really common colour, which obviously can cross over for tyres on anything. I'm just looking well. So really,
I like this colour here for periscopes.
Yeah,
you know what?
It's really good, that is.
That is a fantastic colour. It is a really nice colour. Plus, as well, obviously, you can mix and match for whatever colours, shades, hues you want, really. So, again, where the model colour range goes on and on and on and on and on. Yeah. Obviously, this range is a lot smaller, but you can still obviously just make your own colours up, can't you? So, I mean, you've got look, German tail light.
Do you know what? And I was looking at light rubber, dark rubber. Who knew?
I tell you what is a good colour, mate. The old wood as well. Wood, new wood. They're good colours. Obviously, the leather's not in stock, which is the thing. Stencil's a good colour, which is a really light off-white grey colour. Yeah. It's just a good range. So.
Same with the muds are good, aren't they? As well for your basic starting of your weathering as well.
Yes. Yeah, they are. So
I've got probably half the range, and I've had them for decades. And if you're an armour builder, they're sort of invaluable, really. They sort of really are worth getting.
Yeah, it's just worth having, even if it's just a few of the colours. But I can tell. Just scroll down again, Phil. Sorry. I've just worked out because I'm thinking, why would like the 347 is it out of stock? Just go down. Yeah, that one. Splinter blotches. I'm like, why is that? And then I've just realised it's a good chipping colour.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
Again,
splinter
you know.
blotches.
Yeah, the
Obviously,
brownie colour, yeah.
splinter
Yeah.
blotches, yeah, they are both. So, yes, makes sense.
Yeah, so I can see why that's sold out at the supplier, and obviously like canvas and, you know, some of the other colours we've got. So hopefully we will have a full range as soon as they're on, you know, as soon as they're in, we'll get them because they're all back ordered. So, yeah.
Very good. Excellent. Well, as you say, we've been planning on expanding the paint range at PM now for the last year, some wens, but that was always been on our list because, as I say, Matt knows them probably better than most of us with his figure painting and stuff, but generally it's a nice range. It's not one of those ranges that's got 500 colours in that you feel, but it's one of those which is doable to get the set. So, yes, very nice indeed. And so as soon as we're in, we'll obviously pass it on to you as we make our way through.
Yeah.
As I say, I've been doing tons of reviews this week, or you're going to get them all this week, one every day this week. So first up is Horizon Models. You know, this is one of those ones where I've never heard of them. I have no idea who they are. And it's the first, as I basically can think of, Australian manufacturer that I know of that sells normal kits, so to speak. I know there's a few limited runny type people over there, but as far as that goes, but it looks to be very nice. It's not overcomplicated at all. You know, everything's very nicely done. The decals look pretty good and going right the way through it. You get basically 2 sprues because it's a mirror, so it's back to back a lot of it. So this one, I think the sprue A, you get 2 of those in this one right the way through. But again, it's quite a straightforward build. It's not like one of those which is overcomplicated for sake of it. It's very, very nice. Sorry, dog's barking at the meter man fitting the new meter. Clearly she's leaning out the window giving him grief. But yeah, so very nice indeed, but generally pretty good. There's not much burring on the sprues either, so that's quite nice. There's a tiny little bit of flash, but a couple of swipes with the sander and you'll be good to go with that one. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. As I say, it's not a massive review. It's only about 10 minutes long to go through it, but yeah, very, very nice. And I know we've got the full set over at PM. I can cheat and go this way. Hopefully this will work. There we go. So we got them all down in there. So you've actually got the Mercury capsule as well, and the other ones right the way through. So again, you're going to get this one up, which is like the Redstone Mercury as well, because obviously they all sort of interlink a little bit. So that one will be up with you in a couple of days' time. That one there is even nicer in some ways because you get photo etch with it. And the photo etch, but the capsule, the detail on the capsule is absolutely gorgeous. Very, very nicely done. So yes. Good job on that one. So some nice kits to be had there. And again, I've got loads of stuff coming up with you. So yes, we've got this thing. So I'm on to phallic symbols to start off the week, clearly, having to compensate with something. So you get the review of that, which might be up tomorrow. If not, it'll be on later in the week. Just depends on what order we're going to be putting them up in. But yeah, that's another cracking build as well, I should think. It's something quite nice to do that. And if you do need, like, you know, well... I won't say what you could do with the projectile, but if you do need a drain pipe, you know, then you're fine with that one. It's literally like a piece of soil pipe, comes with the back end. So yes, good job on that one. So what else has been happening? What have you been up to, Andy?
I've been carrying on building my 109, which is
There we go.
It's pretty much all together now. Just the plan was to get it finished for this weekend, so I could crack on with my turkey shoot build. But no, I've got no chance.
No.
At all. So I'll be on with the turkey shoot build on Thursday. We're starting them.
Yeah.
Which is going to be, shall I show it?
Well then. Dun, dun, dun.
Dead easy.
Oh, there you go. Apparently they're very nice, those 48 scale kits. I've never done one, but I know John's obviously doing his as well, isn't he? So
yeah, but yeah, I mean, I reckon I could get it together in a day and sort of like then painted and then weathered over the next couple of days. So yeah, should be all right. Looking forward to that.
very nice indeed. Cool. Very good. Well, that'd be nice. As I say, I'm planning on doing various things. So me and the guys actually were on all day yesterday, well, most of it, and we were discussing the plan of action of how it's going to run through and everything else this week. So just to bring you up to speed with that. So obviously we're going to do normal shows. You're getting it now. The show tomorrow as well, which will be my Q&A. Andy's going to be with that. Matt's off. Okay. Wednesday it'll be me, Matt, and probably Andy again. We'll be doing the PM show. And then obviously Thursday night we'll be with you to start off the turkey shoot, which is obviously our US Thanksgiving special weekend that we do for it. So we're breaking it down a little bit. So we'll be on with you just on the Thursday night. We'll be on with you then on the Friday afternoon. And then we'll be on with you Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. And then we're going to have the Monday off because quite frankly, we think we deserve it. Okay, but that will technically end then the live shows, because obviously as of Wednesday next week, we're all back to normal, apparently.
Yeah.
So depending where you are in the UK, depends on your lockdown state. So yes, what is she doing? There's a Springer out there needs dealing with. So that's the plan really for that one. And then, as I say, as of next week, we'll somewhat get back to normal, so we can get on with sort of normal work as it goes through on that one. Okay. At the moment, to be honest with you, I am scrambling doing mugs. So that's the other big news. So this mug here, which loads of you have ordered, they've been coming in throughout the weekend. It's quite good because Mr. Mug, as he's now known for us, he's been bringing them round. And as they've been turning up, although he did send his wife yesterday, so we're literally getting them off the car, bringing them in. So all the US ones and what I call World War 3, but it's not, it's World Zone 3. So obviously Australia's, Pacifics and everything else. Well, it looks like it on my system. But anyone who's in basically Zone 3, which is obviously US, Canada, anywhere like that, apart from Europe, technically, that's Zone 2, they've all gone. Okay, so there was just a couple of you who ordered mugs this morning from the US. They've all gone. Okay, so they are on their way, winging their way to you. I'm expecting more mugs possibly this afternoon. If not, apparently you get them in the morning, so they'll be over in the morning, so forth and so on. So they are all coming in. As they're coming in, I'm starting to get them out. So next up will obviously be all the European ones. They're probably going to go out. As I say, I'm doing them after the show. I was doing them before. I'll be doing them tonight, and I'll probably do some in the morning as well. So they'll go out tomorrow, and then obviously we get the UK. Now I'm acutely aware, because it's just happened as I went on, it's now showing out of stock on the site. But if you put your name down in the actual email box now that opens up, because we're out of stock, it says like a wish list, notify me when they come back in. Pop your name in there, then I'll know how many more we need to do, and then that way I can actually get them ordered and done. But as I said, he's only down the road, and it's been fantastic. He literally had the first lot over within 12 hours of me ordering it. So we can get some more in. It's not a problem. We can do it like that, but I need to know rough numbers. So the pre-order will still run through, even though you're getting them already, but it's going to run till the end of the month, and then we'll close it, because it is a limited edition, and that will be it at the end of it. So plump, it will close. That will be it for this year. There'll be no more 221. You have to wait for 2022, which will be Sanders next year, I think. And then we'll be off to Pigment World with it on 2024. So that's the plan with that one as they're going through. As I said, it's just a massive thing. I've got a pile of orders literally like that. It's crazy, which I'm working my way through. And obviously, if you have ordered anything at the same time from obviously with Flooring Model sites, so your pigments, washes, sanders, that all goes in together. But as I said, some of you have said about sending it separately and all the rest of it, but because there's only one lot of postage in there, obviously it will just go out as that one order. But they're all going to be going out. I think hopefully by the end of this week, they'll all be winging their way to you. And again, I'll get then the next lot ordered, and then obviously I'll send out an email, then you can make payment on it, and away we go. Simples. But yes, thank you for everybody who's bought a mug. And hopefully the postage does seem to be about right. So in some cases, to be honest, that we've lost out, and in other cases we've made, but there's only about £1 or £1.50 in it. So it's going to iron itself out, I think. So that'll be okay.
Cool.
Cool.
So how many got through then?
What, mugs? Well, it's the 350 have just gone. So that's how we're stated at the moment. There is a few more, because obviously you guys get yours as presents. So
okay.
So yeah, we've got a few more, obviously the ones that go out as gifts and stuff like that as well. But from a sale point of view, the ones that went up on the pre-order section, it was 350, and literally just before we've come on, I've had a notification saying we're out of stock. So yes. Sorted.
Cool.
Never mind.
There's probably about 300 people looking at the screen now thinking, oh, we get them as presents.
No. So that's the thing with that. But anyway, as I say, they're all making their way through, which I'm really glad about. But say it'll be my evenings for the next God knows how long, getting them all out as much as trying to do everything else. That's why, to be honest with you, this weekend I've got on with all the reviews, sorted them out, got them all going with it. So technically, I've got time to be able to get the mugs and sort those out.
Cool.
I don't know why the dog's outside.
Hey?
Why is the dog outside barking? I don't know why the dog's outside. There you go. Yes, cool. Right. Why have I got this here again?
Because I've had a question. I've had an email about how good is it, to be perfectly honest, compared to the Zukimori one and the differences. And I know you've got one. I haven't got a Zukimori one here. I thought, well, instead of trying to answer this email, which could be a bit long-winded, it'd be easier for to show it, and I'll just reply and go, look at today's show. But today's show, and you can see the kit.
Right. Okay. So to be honest with you, there is reviews of this around. I don't know if there's a review. Andy, check the site, see if this review's on the site. If not, it would have been part of the old system, which is a little bit of a pain. But yeah, because obviously back in the day we used to do reviews part of shows, so they weren't standalone. But
Yeah.
So anyway, but I can have a look. Shall we have a delve in the box?
Yeah.
If I stick my overhead, you can join us for a magical tour through sight and sound. Where are we? Want the big camera for this, I think. Okay,
Oh.
so
Back a bit.
hold on. I'll put it on the other screen. Hold on. Where are we? We want that one.
Yes, there is a review, Phil.
Oh, right. Okay, so there is a review.
It's right down the bottom. It's not showing an icon of the picture of the box. It's just showing a sprue, but yeah.
Right. Hold on.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, so
Extreme.
about as wide as I can get it under it, because it is a very, very large box. But say there is a full review of this up. Is there one of the Zucchimori, Andy?
One sec.
Should be, I think.
Because, as I say, should be a review of the Zucchimori one as well. But generally, yeah, you can tell I've been in here before. It is a massive lump. So it's a huge, huge lump. So you wouldn't want to be that man doing the meter, would you?
No Zucchimori one, no.
No. Mind you, he's probably used to it, to be honest.
Well,
The way he
yeah,
gets
probably.
it pretty much every day.
It is. Now, okay, I can be really honest with this kit. Originally, I had the Zucchimori one. I think we spoke about this on Friday, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah. Probably that's where it's come from, where he's probably watched
Oh,
Friday,
right,
so
okay.
then-
So, yeah, this is the thing. It's all recessed. It's really very, very nice, as you can probably see on here. The details on it are pretty good. Hold on, where's my... I've lost my mouse. There it is. So, as you can see, you've got nice recessed details with obviously all of these. And then in these are all recessed as well. Okay, but you have got raised details, so you've got the extra plating down on here and on this front section. It's all very nice. And then down in here, to give you an idea, we've got the underside. You can see all the stuff.
Oh, nice, isn't it?
It is, it's really nice. You do get, we said before, fully detailed engine,
Yeah.
which builds up really nicely. And if I remember rightly, the Zucchimori one, the reason I said it's a little bit overkill is you even got the actual pistons in the pots, didn't you?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
it did.
piston to potting. So yes, so it's like, why would you need that? But anyway, there you go. So that's actually really nice. So you got your various things. It's like one piece with the cowl here. If you wanted to go down that route. Again, if you want to do the separate, you can probably see how thin this is as well. It's actually very, very nice. Again, just checking. I don't think there is. There's no ejector pins in these. So actually, I think it's really nice. So, and again, you get an absolute bucket load of stuff in here, as you might imagine. So a quick look at your rings. Okay, you can see. That's it. Lola's joined in now. Like the chorus, isn't it? So you do get obviously opened up for the actual gun bays and all the various things in there, as you might imagine. And again, very nice.
Okay, it's quite a detailed kit, isn't it?
So it is. You do get lots and lots of detail in here. I don't know where the thing. Let me have a look in the book a second. But yes. So in some ways, when I was going through all of these and sort of trying to make my mind up what we're going to be doing and everything else, I actually come to the conclusion that I would rather build this one than the Zucchimori.
Right.
So
for ease of build.
For ease of build, because I felt the Zucchimori one was just a little bit over the top. So, and again, the great thing about this kit is, as you can see, you can do the Air Force one, or you can do the Navy one. You get both in the box. Where if I remember the Zucchimori one, you could only do one or the other.
Yes.
This one, you've got the option. So depending on what takes your mood, you've got that. So that's why we went with that. But generally, just a smart look in here for the breakdown. It'll give you an idea of just how nice it is. There's your engine. That's your cockpit. It's not bad at all. So I just felt really, when you look at how the Zucchimori one and all the stuff that went in there, camera, come on, play ball. Camera's not wanting to work. There we go. But yeah, it was just literally a case of this was, I think, really going to be more straightforward, and it's just got the same amount of detail. Sorry, camera's on the flip today. I don't know why. It's deciding to lock itself out of focus. But yeah, but anyway, Wingfold is all there as well. You've got everything you could actually ever want. And then obviously, as you might imagine, you do get every bomb and rocket, because in those days, Trumpeter used to just pack them full of weaponry.
I was going to say.
And of course, you get obviously all the lovely details, including a toilet.
Oh, you get the toilet to drop.
You do get the toilet to drop as well.
Nice.
So if you wanted,
I just looking at the Zucchimori instructions, and you can get like the fuel bladder to go behind the cockpit, but you can't see it.
Well, you don't see any of it at all. That's the problem, isn't it? It's one of those ones. But I just felt when I was, because at that moment I was actually planning on building it, and it was either going to be the Zucchimori one or that, and I bought the Zucchimori one, got it on special, but the Zucchimori one, you get the aftermarket stuff for it as well. So I had the weapons set, which was aftermarket, and obviously you got the colour photo etch set for the cockpit, and there was something else as well. So it was a case of, do you know what? It worked out something getting near 400 quid with all of the Zucchimori stuff. So it was a case of, do you know what? I think the Trumpeter one, which in those days I think was around about 100 quid.
No, I'm just looking. It's full retail on it. It's 78 quid.
Well, there you go. So there you go. Bargain.
So just before you forget, if anybody would like one, especially all the Trumpy big range, if you shoot me or Andy a message, we'll order them in because we don't want to keep these things in stock really, because it's money tied up wherever they go. But we'll gladly order stuff in. I know we have got some shown on the site, but they are special ordering.
Yeah.
And now actually I've got a pretty good source of getting Trumpy stuff, the bigger stuff. Where before it was a bit hit and miss of if it's in stock, when it's back in stock.
Yeah.
We've actually got a pretty good source now. So if anybody's interested, then shoot me or Andy a message and just say, can you get, or how much will this be? And we'll order it in for you.
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest way of doing it, to be honest. With the
Zucchimori now do their Scarray, that you can get it with the weapons. So you get the weapon set with it, but you're looking at about 150 quid.
Yeah.
So like twice the price, pretty much, of the.
I think the thing is with them, right, is like like the complexity of the Zucchimori one compared to this one. You've got the options. If you really want to get an in-depth build, you buy the Zucchimori one, don't you? Because it is literally spar, be everything. Mm-hmm. Where obviously the Trumpy one's a lot more simplified, but you get it together quicker and it will still look like a Sky Raider. So, and it's under 80 quid.
Yeah. To me, it's a total bargain. You know, I must admit, I've had that kit since it got released. That's how long I've had it. And then I got the Zucchimori one because I thought it was going to be far superior. And again, it was one of those where, to me, I couldn't understand. Well, why the detail is in there, because I remember joking about it. The Zucchimori one actually has said the pistons inside the pots molded in and all the you're never going to see that in a million years. So it just seemed a little bit odd. The reason for was obviously the money being caused for the tooling for it in something like that. So I must admit, my gave away as a price. We offloaded that as a price. So. Yeah,
I just suppose if you look at Zucchimori kits, especially the 30-second, the museum quality, aren't they? That's what they're pushing for.
Yeah, that's it.
And obviously Trumpeter are, I wouldn't say for the casual builder, but obviously there's a lot less parts count and a lot less complexity to building one. You can, a few weeks you could probably get it together. Where Zucchimori one, I've got to build it from the ground up, like you have with the MRAP. It's that sort of detail on them, isn't it?
Yes.
So you pay your money, you take your choice, but that's not a bad price, to be honest. Because I did actually think they were more than that.
Yes, so did I.
I thought they'd gone up, but no, that's pretty good.
Can you just hold on 1 second? Talk about yourselves. I'm just going to find out why the dog's barking so much. Just make sure everything's all right.
I thought they were £100 mark, must admit.
Yeah, especially with how everything else is sort of creeping up in price.
Yeah.
So, just talking of price, I was looking at price of the old Bison, and I was looking how much that is now. And if you wanted to buy one, if you can get one, they are now looking at around 200 and what? I had it in euros. So what did I say? 250 euros.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's just that he's now in the kitchen at doing the meter, so the dogs are out the back, but they're barking trying to come in this way. So it's what's going on? So yes, it's all dear.
Yeah.
250 euros for the Bisons.
And then John's AWAC was 280. So that A50 thing with a big radar on the back is
you're paying for a limited run specialist resin,
State of the art.
fiberglass. State of the art, yeah.
The thing is, at the end of the day, you're obviously into that zone, isn't it, where they know they're not going to sell many, so they need to charge more, isn't it? It's just that natural progression where if you're going to sell tons of it. So,
well, I see our supplier over here doesn't stock this anymore, but obviously one in Europe where I did find the price, and they've got it on literally special order, and it's a 3 to 4 week lead time on that.
Yeah.
And a few of the other bigger stuff, because like you said, it's a bit like us really. You don't want money just tied up, whether it might sell or it might not. It's easy just to have it on a special order and then just order it in for a customer, isn't it?
The plastic modeler on YouTube says 250 is pretty cheap for that kit. We'll do you a special for $249.99.
You can't flog it. It's now part of the furniture.
It is. It's going to live there.
It's living there forever.
Or we'll put a shelf up so it can just sit on the shelf on the back, I think. So, interesting.
Yes.
Well, thanks for that. Hopefully, like I say, I'll send him an email back just to say, watch today's show, and then.
Well, as I say, I will put the link up to the other 2 reviews because there is reviews on both of them.
And while we're at it, because the same person asked me about the P47 Razorback from Tamiya, and it's on back order. We do stock it normally. It's just on back order. It's become quite an odd kit to get hold of at the minute for whatever reason. Which it's a fab kit though, because I've built one. And it's I think any of their P47s are good, aren't they? Whichever version you build, they're brilliant.
They're both very, very nice.
So it should be back in soon as whenever our friends at Hobbyco get a restock of them, we'll have them back in. So talking of restocks as well, not long they're not in stock, but we've had another Attacker restock, which is literally just outside here. So I'll get that in stock tomorrow. So should be back up to date with that.
Yes.
So yeah.
Bus driver says, don't forget the Zucchimori kit is the only one with the parts to do an accurate A1J. Again, then you're into that. But no disrespect, because I say I've covered rivet counting many, many times. I do like rivet counters because it makes other companies go higher before I get flamed for it. But it depends how much of a rivet counter you are, isn't it? If you just want one out of the box, as I said, for 80 quid, you got a very nice looking Sky Raider. Versus, as I say, the Zucchimori one, you're paying a premium for it just for those accuracies. Well, if you wanted to, you could just scratch build those accuracies in. If you wanted to go down that route. Like everything, you get into that zone where, the amount of money and difference in it, I'd rather have an overall good quality kit and then I could put those bits in for a nice price, So.
Yeah, I was saying, I think at least the option's there. If you want the more accurate version, obviously you do go for the Zucchimori one, don't you?
Yeah, that's it.
I understand, but
And also, I think if you're doing the Zucchimori one and you wanted to display it in a certain way, so for instance, if you wanted to open it right up and turn it into a skeleton to show off all those details which are hidden, then obviously you'd go for it because although you've got limited formers and things like that on that kit, nothing like you get in the Zucchimori one. That's the nice thing with it. And I have seen some Zucchimori ones where people have done that and they completely skeletized the entire thing. So you can see the inner workings, and then they've gone to town and put all the cabling and everything right the way through them, which again, the Zucchimori one, that would lend very well to doing it. Whereas obviously the Trumpy one, then you've got to do a lot of scratch building.
Yeah.
But yes. Apparently, Plastic Modeler's already building the Bison.
Sorry?
The Plastic Modeler says that he's already building one, so he doesn't want it.
Oh, okay. Is he enjoying it?
Yeah, is it a fun build? Is he using car filler?
Define fun.
Whatever floats your boat with it, innit, really? But hey, good on you for tackling it.
Yes, definitely. Just have to say good afternoon to everybody who's in Flory chat. That's it.
Yeah.
Soren says 350 mugs of madness. No, not really. That's what we did last year. It was actually 350 mugs. That's why I ordered 350 mugs this year. So I think it's more popular, clearly, because I would say we're out now, and it's only been up since, when did we put them up? Thursday?
Yeah, was it? Yeah, it weren't long, was it?
So, yes.
Yeah.
But never mind. It's all
not all gone to one person.
No. Well, this year we've changed it because last year we did have some people having 6 mugs. I don't know why, but allowing for breakages and things. But this year, I must admit, it's a maximum of 2 per customer because it fits nicely in my little boxes. So
Yeah.
If you want a full set for when all the relatives come round, you want to set a 6.
If you have 2 each year, then obviously you get the 8, wouldn't you? So you'd be fine.
Unless you're like me and my wife put one in there. But she blames
Still a sore subject. Have you forgiven her yet?
No.
What, she blamed the dishwasher?
Yeah.
I didn't think she'd be putting it in the dishwasher.
I just said, well, you loaded in the dishwasher.
And wash only, aren't they, Philip?
I would say they can go in the dishwasher, but as I say, the dishwasher's safe, but for how many times?
To drop it.
Yeah.
Till it slips and smashes on the tiles. So, yeah. So, have we got any questions today?
I don't know, unless we're going to fudge into the other question sections.
There is one in the today's show section.
Dave says...
if you refresh it, Phil.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, God. I'm not blind. I know it might seem like it. God, there's nothing worse when people do that sometimes. It's like, whoa. Okay, first of all, Dave says, is there a problem with the system of payments, the trolley system in the store? PayPal seems not to be working. To be honest with you, just before we came on air, I checked it, and we've had orders came in literally just before we came in on air, so I know it's working. So it seems to be fine this end. As I say, we're getting to that realm now where we're getting very busy. So it may be that PayPal's slowing down under the weight of everything for this time of the year.
I'll tell you what, PayPal's been painfully slow, hasn't it, Andy?
Oh, yeah.
I know Leslie said as well, because she's obviously doing accounts and stuff. She said how painfully slow PayPal's been, and obviously Andy's been proper frustrated with it. So...
Yes, it can be. I must admit, I tried to pay for some stuff on eBay earlier, and it hung for like 5 minutes when it was doing the payment for it. It was just hanging and hanging and hanging. It was like, has it gone through? Has it not? And then eventually it did go through. So
I think they're feeding the strain like the mail systems, aren't they? Because everybody's buying online and through PayPal.
Well, I think we're coming up for Black Friday now, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly.
That'll be chaos. Dino says, hi folks, anyone know if the aerocraft models are still in business? I'm after the metal brass undercarriage set for the Airfix 124 scale Hawker Typhoon kit. Sorry about the size of font. I can't edit it for some reason. There you go. I've got it, but it's attached to mine, I'm afraid. But I don't know, actually.
No idea. Where'd you get yours from?
I can't, to be honest, it's been that long now. I can't remember. I ordered mine and it didn't turn up in time. So I fitted it as a retrofit after I finished the build.
What's the company called?
Aerocraft. Sure. I've just Googled aircraft models and it's come up with their website. And
so they are obviously still going.
Yeah, well, it doesn't say they're not available. You click on 124th and it's got the undercarriage, 20 pounds.
Mine here, this has got, I've got a picture of the undercarriage. Yeah, this undercarriage on here is the kit one because it wasn't ready in time. I ordered it and then I was just waiting for it to come in. I think it came in about a month after I finished the build. So then I'd only super glued it. So I did the old flick it, took it off, and then I refitted with the metal. Well, it's not metal, is it? It's brass.
I bet it could do a bit though.
It does need it, seriously. It does. If I remember rightly, it comes with like a wire frame in it, but it's not strong enough. The brass one is absolutely brick solid.
Yeah.
So yes.
I say quite a bit of weight in that thing, isn't there? Really.
She's not a light bird, and it's a bit like a 190. If it's sideways motion, there's a lot of weight up there, and it will just go. It doesn't like having it side to side. So yes, there was a fun build back in the day.
I say, how old's that build now?
Very. Look at my hair. Look at me. I look like I'm 12.
No grey there.
No, yeah, I wasn't grey back then. So, yeah.
But their website is aerocraftmodels.bigcartel.com.
Big Cartel.
What, as in drug cartel?
I was thinking, isn't it? Good name, isn't it?
So yes, I don't know if I've got a thing in here for it. Where are we? Wash on, wash off. Undercarriage? Oh no, I haven't got a photo with the undercarriage. I can't see. Yeah, that's the kit one.
Yeah.
Say I just super tacked it with super glue and then we flicked it, and I retrofitted it.
I could say, I bet long gone are the days where you could pick that kit up for 50 quid.
Well, this is it. I remember when they were kicking them out at Telford, weren't they? Had a pile of them at Telford, just offloading them. It was that and Nimrod's, wasn't it? And it was like now both of them.
Yeah, probably. I tell you what, they'll be doing that with that tornado.
Yeah,
Just saying.
yeah, that's it.
You wait, if the Telford's on next year, there'll be piles of tornadoes trying to be sold off for now.
They do a nice set for the 30-second Lancaster.
Oh, talking of 30-second kits, what do we think to this Tiger Moth then from ICM?
ICM's Tiger Moth, yes, very nice.
How do you know it's a Tiger Moth?
Well, this is it.
Well,
So
we're just going by the silhouette.
silhouette, you know.
To be honest, we've actually said this, not to blow our own trumpet, but we did a list of what kits they should do, and we said it'll go perfectly because they've done the Gladiator, they did the German one, didn't they? And then the Stearman. So we did say, so next it'll be the do the Tiger Moth because it's all the trainers.
Hey, perhaps they watched this show and
Perhaps
thought,
they
yeah,
do.
why not?
Perhaps they thought, that's right. Philip, Matt, and Andy are quite correct. We will now do it because they said so. Do you reckon?
No.
No.
We're not quite that influencers, are we?
Yes.
Unless I saw my Shelf of Doom and felt sorry for me, and then
That's it. Yeah,
That's
they've
it.
seen
They thought Andy needs to do a new one because the other one's taking far too long.
So you're actually gonna build the new one, Andy?
yeah, I think I probably will.
You're gonna finish it?
Probably not.
There you go.
So that,
Struts are missing off it one side.
it needs its wheels and a strut, and that's it.
Look, you've only got to finish it. Bit of rigging.
Not even
Got
propeller.
a
even
working
goes round.
prop. Look.
And they're all custom done decals. They were printed them off.
That's it. You see, you should finish that.
You know, it's nearly Christmas. Why just finish it and give it him?
Sorry, wrong one. There you go. Yeah, you can finish that for Christmas.
It's for his
You want to
dad.
do that quickly before he dies. You'll regret it if you don't.
I'll regret it for doing.
You know, you could finish it this weekend in between your
That's
other
it.
bits.
Yes, you could do that as your build for the weekend. But to get your tank, finish off your Tiger Moth.
And can I just say, I know, like, obviously, you not guys in watching this won't see it, but you will see it sooner or later that Nathan's fantastic Pembroke that he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Because he put a picture up of you. I assume you've seen his picture. He's obviously he's done a video build for it, so it's going to be knocking around. But he has done a great job on it, to be honest.
He has. Shall I give him a sneaky peek?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on.
Can we share a pic of it, or
I don't think he'll mind. Hold on.
he not mind?
He won't mind. He won't care. Hold on. Let me.
No. So while we're on, like and subscribe to Nathan's YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'll tell you, it looks proper cool.
Look at that.
So
Coming
he's now decoed it up last night, and what else did he do? Oh, it's on its gear, not on cocktail sticks. It's on its proper gear, and it's not a tail sitter either.
No.
I thought you put a photo up with it on its gear.
So that's my printer.
Yeah, sounded it.
Dead printer.
Rest it in peace, printer. It's off to see the giant toner cartridge in the sky. I thought it was going to blow up. What day was it? Sunday I sent that?
Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was like going, and it was getting really hot, and then it was slowing down, and it didn't sound very well at all.
He's only really crying because he's got to spend 500 quid to get a new one.
Yes. Well, I've looked. They're on Amazon. I can get it for 300. It's all right.
Get it sorted. Steve Nimitz has got a question. I have a set of G-Factor brass landing gear for the 148 F-18 Hornet. They have poor lugs on them, and I can't find anything that will cut them off. Any suggestions? Thanks, Admiral. The
Hacksaw.
Admiral.
Just hacksaw them off, and then I sand them.
I think you get an angle grinder on it myself.
No, you don't. They're not that rock hard. With the G-Factor ones, I've used them as well because I used the G-Factor on. What was the ones I used? I think that was that 190, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. That was.
No, they were the Brasin ones.
The Brasin ones, wasn't it? But yeah, I usually cut them off with a hacksaw, and then I've got a couple of metal files as well. But a sander will do it as well. One of my sanders, the coarse one, will actually do it.
Yeah.
And then just you can take care of them all like that.
It's only brass, isn't it? It's not even old metal. An old pair of sprue cutters would probably take.
Yeah, probably. But I must admit, you could use a razor saw as well. That'll go through.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not too hard a metal to get through, is it, brass?
No.
But they are nice, aren't they? Them brass undercarriage. I'm surprised more people don't do them, if that makes sense. Especially for the bigger kit.
Yes.
Because like Edard started, but they've never really gone far with them, did they? I wonder if it's cost.
No.
Not very cost effective.
I've got a lump of brass here I want to turn into a base for something. But it needs levelling off. Let's try sanding that down straight.
I think you need to mill that off.
I was about to say, you need a milling machine, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That'd look good for one of my figures, that.
You would. Polish that up.
Yeah, he's cutting straight there.
Yes.
So you know nobody with a milling machine.
Yeah, you need to mill that. Just zip it off the top, innit?
Yeah.
Anyway, why you got a big chunk of brass?
He stole it.
Yeah. Where's that?
He's stuck it in his pocket walking around a factory.
It was my dad got a load of them in his cellar.
And where'd he get them from?
I don't know. He got like, do you know the buzz bars that from big industrial electrical things?
Yeah.
He got loads of them as well.
All right.
Well, your dad used to work for Boots.
He did.
Everyone needs a hobby. He's a kleptomaniac.
Brass in the...
Yeah, he's a brass thief.
Yeah, there's a church roof of lead down there as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Soren's put, is Air Graphics a reputable company? I don't know much about Air Graphics, to be honest.
No, I don't know them.
No.
I've heard of them, but I don't know anything of them. So I don't know if anybody else does in chat.
Steve says sprue cutters don't work. It's too hard for some reason.
Yeah, you say you can use a razor saw; it'll go through it. But I would use a hacksaw and just cut them like that, and then literally get some metal files like I do. I've got a set of metal files back there, and just shape them and do the various things. Normally, bung it in the vise and just take off the edges.
Yeah, bit of metal working tool.
Bit of metal work. To be honest, it's quite nice doing it. That's therapeutic.
Hacksaws work really well on your wife's clothes prop.
Has anyone tried the battery-powered airbrushes? Any good for model making?
Wow, we discussed this.
Me and Matt looked into these, and my mate Carl as well in Japan. Between all three of us, I think we've gone through, because Carl got sent one, and he was like, I can't work it out if it's any good or not. But he had a very nice one that me and Matt thought might be an opportunity here to import them. But anyway, we had a look at it. Carl had a proper go with it as well, and we decided that, to be honest with you, you can't beat a proper compressor setup with an airline, and obviously with the pressure regulation and all the rest of it. If you're doing small little jobs, like if you were like priming figures, for instance, they'd be ideal, because you just put your primer into it, you mix it up and you spray it. If you don't know the ones we're talking about, they look like a can on the bottom, but they're battery powered. It's got literally a mini bladder compressor inside it. It's literally just a putt-putt one. So you set it up and away you go. But if you were using it for doing single type of thing, and you're not too worried about it, then like priming or just like basing things and stuff like that, then yes, you could get away with that. No problem at all. They're quite good. But the thing is, and this is where Carl came into his own, because the one that Carl had was a really nice one. He bought another one, which he thought was identical, because it looked it, and it turns out it's a knockoff. So, and it was crap, really was total junk. So the one he got given to sort of have a play with, it was very, very nice indeed. And as he said, for priming work, for single colour use, stuff like that, and for small jobs, it's ideal. But, for anything else than that, you can't beat a compressor, because you can set it up exactly microscopically.
You know what? I was just thinking with you with the priming. I think that's what they'd be ideal for, just priming, because you could just, in a sort of they could leave primer in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you just leave it ready to go.
Instead of just like bang it with some primer, put it down, and then it's done in it, and use it. Obviously, I think they have got the uses, like you say, but limited.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Carl was saying, he goes, you're very limited what you can do with it, because it's literally a one-trick pony. It atomizes and puts paint down, but you can't really adjust it like you can normally with an airbrush on the fly. and stuff like that. But he said priming, single jobs, no problem at all. But you wouldn't want to use it for long term because it's not very comfortable either using it long term. It's not like an airbrush.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's one of those. If you're like a 70-second modeler and you're just doing primer coats and various things like that and little jobs, absolutely, it'll be fine. But it will never give you that finesse like an airbrush will with, you know, so you can regulate with a Mac valve and all the bits and pieces in there, like you can do on that one. But priming, yeah, absolutely. Because he was saying as well, apparently they're quite popular over in Japan through car guys use it for touch-up works.
Yeah.
You know, like these mobile guys, they've all gone. And then obviously for putting down one colour of paint and all the rest of it on a, you know, someone scraped a bumper, they're ideal. But you wouldn't want to do any more than that. So,
no.
Phil's put, I see me doing a 30-second tiger moth, exclamation mark. We think it's a tiger moth. I mean, one of the guys, all they've shown is a silhouette, and one of the guys in the forum has said it could be an F-22.
Well, true.
You never know, do you?
Or a raptor.
What, a velociraptor?
Yeah, velociraptor. It could be a tiger tank.
Yeah. No,
it's definitely a tiger moth.
Definitely a tiger moth.
Plus the fact they listen to us, so we told them to do it, so they've done it because we are. This is it. We're to that level clearly.
Yeah, right. Tom's got a question for you, Phil.
Yes.
When you showed your washes on the Telford weekend, did you say you could mix it with pigments or can't mix it with pigments? My mind has gone blank.
Yeah, don't mix it with pigments. You can mix it with itself. It's fine with itself. All the colours completely be mixed themselves, but God, don't put pigment in it because the pigment will clump it and it will turn to just gravel. Literally, it will clump. It will go horrible. And also, don't put acrylic paint in it, lacquer paint or anything else because that's something else that other people have tried and then wonder why it goes funny. Is to say, although it's really stable stuff, it doesn't like anything else. It's a bit like the dog. It's really nice and very stable, but if it doesn't mix well.
Which dog are we talking about here?
Molly. Not that she bites or has a go at other dogs, but she's just nonplussed. She won't even look at another dog. It's like, you're beneath me. Lola runs up my lab to every dog she can find and goes and has a sniff and a chat. Normally gets herself into trouble when the dog bites her or something, but she's very much like that. But Molly, she just won't even look another dog in the eye.
Throwing about thingy on here. Are you Stone Alley Cat? Is that Alistair?
Yeah,
Alistair, yeah.
Because Aerocraft Models? Is that his new company, is it?
Possibly. To be honest, I did speak to Ali at Telford 2 years ago because he hadn't been around for ages, and me and Ali, he might even watch this because he does like us. But me, Ali, there was a bit of a clique of us, and we used to do all the shows together, you know, sort of 10 years ago. So obviously you get to know people because you usually stood next to them or opposite them at shows and stuff like that. And as I say, he gave up. Well, not gave up, but for various reasons, he stopped doing it. But he's always casted and done design work, but he hasn't done it under his own brand of Alley Cat models. So I must admit, I've got his card somewhere. I saw it the other day. And he has started up again because I said to him, he just can't keep away, can he? He's bored at home.
Just can't stop.
He can't stop, but he's always been doing design work for other people and stuff. So
where's your Tucano?
That's a good point. Have you got it?
I ain't got it. I ain't. No.
Don't know where it is now. Hold on.
Sure, you
might
recently
have
showed
been
it.
retired to the reserve collection.
Is it? Have you squirreled it away?
It might have been squirreled now because I can't see it here. So I thought perhaps it was with you.
No, I haven't read
got
that
it here.
Because that was the right fab little kit.
It was a beautiful little kit.
So sure, that was. I'm sure you showed it recently on past month or a couple of months.
The trouble is, I can't see it. If I can't see it,
someone was asking about resin kits, and you've got it out to show them.
I don't know. I can show them the pictures. Oh, I don't know where it is actually. That's a very good point. I think we've got it on the free to view on the classics as well now. Plus X.
What's Roger on about? It is 8 centimetres long, isn't it?
What's what?
Your Atlas, it's 8 centimetres long, isn't it?
Is it not? I don't know.
Oh.
It's 31 centimetres.
Oh, right.
Why, did I say 80?
Yeah, apparently.
There you go. Bargain.
You know, you've got to exaggerate a bit, haven't you?
That's probably that one.
Yeah,
That's probably more. Don't know how big that is, but yeah.
You know what? Blokes are with the sizes.
Well, this is it. You should see the review of that. How I kept a straight face because I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Something for the ladies. So, yes.
Soren says brass is expensive stuff, Andy. Sell it on the dark web.
What's the dark web? Not that we'd know.
No.
The underground. That's where you can get all your illicit stuff from.
Does that mean where most of the Flory model site is on the dark web? Because technically the dark web is just not listed. So it's a bit like half of the Flory model site is just unlisted pages. Does that mean on the dark web?
That's where you can buy Tamiya panel line washers from.
It is.
And filler.
And filler and all those things you can't get anywhere else.
Apparently, I've heard good reviews about Rebels Plasto. Is it? It's called
Plasto, yeah, that's it. Yeah, very old school. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a decent filler, apparently. And it's solvent based, not water based. So.
Fair enough.
Don't know. Might be worth a look, see if it is any good or not. Might give it a go. So there's the Tucano anyway, look, the super duper resin Tucano.
Yes. Very, very, very nice kit.
You're going to run the vid in the background.
Can we do? What, you can see my really dodgy jumper version 3.
Is this a freebie?
Yeah.
Look at that. Boxing. I remember them.
Really nice kit though, wasn't it?
Now, this is in maximum resolution of 240. This was very, very old videos. That's the good.
Doing this.
This is when they used to be about this big, because that's literally all you could put up. So yes, it's a classic kit. I'm singing its praises clearly there. Look, here we go. So it proper mixed media. The thing is, like I said to Alistair, I was very impressed by the canopy because it's solid, it's clear resin.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's crystal clear. He did a fantastic job on it.
Yeah. I said, I bet you not one of the first, but really to bring it to kits, because I can't remember any, because they all used to be back formed, didn't they?
Yeah.
And obviously when you did that one, that was quite revolutionary.
It was, because like that there is the entire fuselage moulded in one.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen that before. So it was actually quite an art form getting actually thinking in and out of the mould. And like, you know, because obviously Alistair, I assume it's probably different now because I don't think it's currently available. But he always used to say that if you did have a dodgy one, he would always replace the part. So if you had like a warped wing or something wasn't right, he would always replace it. Because I know a few people had that problem and he did. Mine was absolutely fine, no problem at all. But yes, very, very nice.
Who was it that went out of business and they destroyed all the moulds?
For Linden.
Then that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, chucked all the moulds in the skip.
Well, he died, didn't he? He passed away. And
and I think that's perhaps the meter man's finished.
I think he's finished. That's
Bang on the door to say we're done. At least he didn't have to turn off the power, otherwise that'd be good. Sorry, everyone, clump.
Yeah.
So, but yes, unfortunately, yeah, Verlinden, that was quite a shame because they had the video, didn't they, showing it literally just being pushed into skip, going to landfill out of the factory, wasn't it? Out of the warehouse. That was crying shame, that was.
Yeah. That must have been worth selling that stuff to somebody.
Somebody would have took it on, wouldn't they? But
again, I think the trouble, there you go, that's that canopy. That was so clear. That's resin.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's the first time I'd actually seen somebody proper do a crystal clear resin canopy. But to be done, I think, yeah, even he was impressed because I said to him at the show, I said, Chris, that was bloody clever. He goes, oh, I know, it was amazing. It's like, yeah, you put yourself there, didn't you?
Got a bit of photo etch as well.
Yeah, photo etch in there. Yeah, very good kit. So look, we're showing what's not available. I'm going to have to ring Alistair in a minute and say, you might want to start making them again.
Dirt says he still does do the replacement parts, but not complete kits yet.
It'd be nice if he did it again.
Yeah.
I'll get Alistair on here.
I'll tell you what, mate, if he did and he figured we'd stop that.
Yeah.
We'd stop them. What else did he do? He did a conversion for
do you remember he did the conversion for the Mosquito into the Sea Mosquito?
Didn't he do the Sea Vixen as well?
Yes, I think so, yeah. But he also, if you remember, he did the Mosquito, the 24th conversion from the normal Mosquito to the Navy one with the folded wings and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Did some good stuff.
But if I remember your build on that, with it being a full resin kit, it was actually really straightforward to build as well, wasn't it? It weren't complicated.
I had no issues with it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. And to be honest, Alistair did a great job with the instructions. They, pretty idiot proof. The decals were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I bet it's a proper collector's item then, no?
Probably
You've
is
got
now.
one.
Sod's law, isn't it?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get on to him.
That's what it is. He's deliberately had a holiday for 5-6 years. He's been off. And now he's going to come back and release them again now.
Yeah. If you get in touch with him, we'll do 10 to us summers, limited editions.
Yes,
we'll
have some limited edition Flora PM version of it.
Be nice. I tell you, they're all, apart from Kinetic kits being on the dark web.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best place to get them, probably. That Revel Plasto putty stuff, actually, Ravy say it's quite good stuff. Might have to give it a go. Right, Dave Bennett. I bought aftermarket bronze and cast parts. How do I prepare these for painting? Yeah, I think it's a...
Yeah. Is it AK do a metal primer, is it?
No, thingy, we've got it in it, the metal primer for brushing it on.
What was the one we were talking about?
Red top.
Yeah, it's the red top. We were talking to John about it, wasn't it? John's got it, wasn't it?
Mr. Metal Primer.
That's it, yeah, sorry, yeah.
That's actually probably good. Brush that on first, let that dry, and then give it a coat of that stuff, because then it's an etching primer, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is the Mr. Surfacer
tell you what,
Primer 1000.
Let me just go and get one, and I'll show you
what. And this one, apparently, if you read the blurb, is supposed to be enhanced for etching onto photo etch and metal and brass parts.
Do you know, he's going to walk off with that microphone one day.
He is. Not. Well, that's why I don't wear one, because clearly, otherwise, I would do that all the time.
That stuff.
Hold on, let me put you on full screen. There you go.
Mr. Metal Primer or?
Yeah, so you just brush that on.
Yep.
And then prime.
What does it smell of, Matt? You do the sniff
test. Smell of pear drops?
I can't smell out at the minute. I don't know what's up, man.
You've got COVID. Do you want a test? I can do you a deal. 50 quid, you can have a test.
Shell's on a test today.
Are they testing at Amazon, are they now?
No, it was just she's been selected for one of the random test things that, so she was sent to test.
Oh.
You know what? That smells like something that I can't think what it smells like. No, it's got there's something else I've used before, I think, in the car world.
Oh, right.
Which wouldn't surprise me. Oh, I don't know, can't remember what it is. But anyway, yeah, you brush it on. Ooh, it's a bit potent. And then primer over it with surface primers, aerosol primers, whatever you want, because once it's etched, isn't it? It's got an etch on it. So yes, that's what you could do with. That should work fine.
Carl says he's got a Takan that he got a few years ago, still to build. I
highly recommend it. It's very nice.
Yeah, James said, I think he bought a few of the Montreux moulds. 32nd Delwitini 510.
We might have a special guest in a minute if she comes on.
Oh, is she?
It's nice.
No, she won't come. He's too shy.
Lydia.
Yeah. So she'd come on. She just finished school. He's just picked her up. Oh, look, the mask.
Oh, look, because I was being safe. Look, crikey, that's the old one, look.
Could say, how was that?
One, it all fell apart. Literally, the rubber, the little diaphragm bit for breathing out, they just crumbled.
Yeah.
So I breathed in and breathed the load in. He's like, the bloody hell. Yeah. It was that. So, yeah, that was the rubbish mask. Did I not say Montex?
Eh? Did I not say Montex moulds?
Masks. I thought Montex did masks, not mould.
Don't know.
That's it. That probably has got no... I don't even know where that came from. Probably B&Q. It's all right for cutting, MDF. Certainly, but that's me talking about, obviously, the health and safety.
Right, question. I'm building an EDR P51D Profi pack, and I just found out that it has the famous 2020 decals. I'm not going to seal the metallic colour. How do I handle these decals? Oh, God.
To be honest with you, if you're doing it over metallic finish, it's the one time I thought they might work really well, because obviously your surface is going to be brilliant, or hopefully. So in theory, they should work well. Put them on and then just bang them down with a little bit of microsol and then leave them for a good couple of days. And then I would seriously just do not, obviously, for God's sake, especially if you've used AK, but any enamels near it whatsoever, because you will melt off your metal coat, because obviously they're enamel based. But literally just try and see if you can peel it, because it might peel off of that beautifully, because it should have a very good adhesion to it.
Ooh.
What's available from their website? Plastic Modeler. What we're talking about? Because he was saying he bought one after watching the video build, and it's available. Is Alistair back up and running? Can you buy the Tucano again?
Well, I don't know. Somebody's put a thing up on ours, a link. Oh, no, that's Alicat Deatine or something. Don't know. Google Alicat and see what.
Well, if Alistair suddenly gets a load of sales, we expect a kickback or a free kit.
Yeah, we expect them. We expect them for stock.
Yes, that's it. Well, that's it. We'll ask him, see what he can do.
Now there's an update that was from September.
What does it call? Alicat models, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm having a look. Oh, Javelin, Mark 9, and I don't know. Let's have a look.
He's still doing bits and bobs.
Yeah, well, he is back, 'cause he was at Telford 2 years ago. He had a stand. And he was doing
Yeah.
some of his stuff, because me and Tam spoke to him for quite a while. In fact, I got accosted by him as we were walking along, so I didn't even spot him, and he come and grabbed me.
Oh, there you go, Andy. There's a Hawker Fury in 32nd, and a Gloucester Gamecock.
Steady.
I know. Hey, but one for the Anzac, a Commonwealth boomerang.
There you go.
I think the Tucano stuff is available.
It still is.
What scale's that? 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm looking in 32nd. Is it 48? Is it?
Yeah.
48 aircraft kits. It is.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All back available, people. Go off and get the kit. Say you've come from us.
And the vampire.
Mm-hmm.
It's got loads of vampires, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Tucanos, Royal Air Force, the one, the full black one, and all sorts
Vickers
of
Vimy.
Vickers Vimy. That's one for you, Phil.
There you go.
Yes, so it is available. Poppy, you can get the Poppy one. That'd be quite nice. That Tucano with the Poppy scheme.
I bet Vickers Vimy's big in 40 scheme.
Okay,
So
Peter says, hi Phil, can you recommend a nice 1/35 scale Scorpion tank, not a scimitar? I can only see the AFV one are not available in the UK. Thanks.
So what's he after? Sorry, mate.
A Scorpion.
There's only the AFE one that I know of. In 35th. Nobody else. Oh, the only other one that might do one is Accurate Armour if they've still. But that's a full resin kit. So
Yeah, AFV Cup did a couple, didn't they?
yeah, it's not a bad kit
Yeah.
for its age. So
What happened to Kinetics 32nd F86? Well, they just stopped it. It
Yes,
was out
I've had-
because, to be honest, I gave mine to a very good friend of mine who left me.
yeah,
On the thing he said he was going to build it and clearly never did.
yeah. It's funny because I've had quite a few questions about 32nd F86 for some reason over the past few weeks. So but nobody does one.
Does Hasegawa still do theirs?
I don't think it's available.
No, because theirs would be the other option. But no, Kinetic did it, and then obviously it's been gone a long time, because I had the Revelry box, wasn't it, which had the Huff in it, wasn't it?
Did you have that? No, Italy yours was, wasn't it?
Sorry, yeah, the Tallery Reeboks, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Tallery reboxed it, and then it's never come back for some reason.
No.
Again,
Who's F86, is it?
Kinetic.
Well, Kinetic, and then it was reboxed by a Tallery, because I've got it used to have the Tallery, but
Kitty Hawk. No, not Kitty Hawk. Kinetic.
Kinetic.
I tell you what, though, there's a 1/18th one if you want a 1/18th F86.
Yes. You want a monster?
Yeah.
Hang from the ceiling.
What's John got?
Hey, he's got the Kitty Hawk. He's got the Sabre Dog.
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah.
He's got the radar one, isn't
He's
it?
got the radar nose one.
That little bump on the nose. But no, a proper F86 is, like I say, either Asagawa's old one or Kinetics if you could get any of them. Even in 48 scale, you can't get them.
No.
It's pretty cool, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
And I've got the Edard boxing, which is Hasagawa kit, isn't it?
yeah, and then obviously Academy. You've got Academy one,
Yeah, I've got the Academy one as well, yeah.
None of them are available.
Yeah.
And then the Airfix one's coming out, but that's the Canadair one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I presume there's a few differences between the Canadian one to the normal US one, is there? I'm not.
Did the Canadian one have the guns on the front?
Yes, it's got 4 cannons, I think, if you're looking at the box art for the Airfix one. I think.
No. I know with thingy they got a Canadian one, haven't they? It's the Air Museum they've got the near Doncaster. One we'll go to, not the Doncaster one, but the other one.
Newark.
No, the other one. With the runway.
Oh, Elvington.
Elvington, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a Canadian one there.
Right.
Does he do the sea venom? I don't know, Paul. Go and have a look at his website. Alleycat. Is he still under Alleycat, is he?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Go and have a look at Alleycat.
And he's put a link up on our.
Say to
chat,
Mr. Alistair that Phil sent me.
Yeah.
And he owes me a drink.
Got the vampires.
Lauren says, hi, any plans to do some out of your comfort zone modelling again? How about some Warhammer stuff? Cheers. Everything I do seems to be out of my comfort zone. Christ's sake, I've done a Mac 2 kit. That's out of my comfort zone.
Hey, he's doing Star Trek next instead of Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm doing Star Trek. This is well out of my comfort zone. Look, I've got one of these with about 1 billion masks for it. So look, I've got 1 billion masks for it as well. So yes, that's all out of my comfort zone. It's got the Star Wars instead of Star Trek. So yes.
I tell you what, actually, Dirk's just put a fair point up. Alleycat is not by Alistair anymore because he sold it, didn't he?
Again, this is I can't speak because I haven't spoken to Alistair in 2 years. I don't know how he is, but Alleycat did sell the company, so it may be somebody else is behind it. But I know Alistair was still doing the moulding, so
Right, so he's still doing the moulding, but it's not.
yeah, and he was still when I spoke to him a couple of years ago. Because I honestly I haven't spoken to Alistair now. Would be over a year. I spoke to him at Telford last year, and I did say to him, "Are you back now?" And he said, "Yeah." But obviously, I do know he did sell the company, and he did sell off obviously the Tucanos and all the bits and pieces was not him, but I think he was still doing the moulding for them, and still doing design work and stuff like that. Now he has got his own company again.
Yeah,
or he did have last year.
Aerocraft is Alistair.
Yeah, Aerocraft is Alistair. So,
Right. Okay.
but I don't know like the Alleycat website if that's Alistair or not. I don't want to speak because I might be talking crap, which is
Yes. Yeah, no, that's fine. Understandable. Yeah. Yes. Okey-doke.
Right, it's Darren by Alex Smith.
Ooh.
Alistair sold it in 2014.
Shall we do first aid questions on a Monday?
well, we can do Tuesdays as well if you want.
We're going to be busy Thursday night, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
Yes,
So
we are going to be very busy. We could do that. Gordon just says it's amazing how small and close knit the modelling scene is. Obviously in the UK, it is. It's quite funny because I'll tell you what's always funny is when somebody speaks bad of somebody else, and it's like, because to be honest, we had a show a couple of shows ago, and someone was mentioned, and it was like they were here. So, and it makes it somewhat awkward in one sense, but in other words, it's really good. But I think people have to understand that it's that everybody's quite interwebbed in some way, and we know each other. Obviously, the funny thing is, cottage industries, which I classify myself as in, we all know each other quite well. But obviously, we don't know the big guys, if you know what I mean. So I've got no direct contact with like Tamiya and obviously Kinetic and stuff. But strangely, I know people who are. So I know third parties who can get information and talk to and stuff like that. You know, to be honest, like we had a situation and I haven't answered and he hasn't got back to me weirdly, but I had a member approach me at the weekend saying, do you know of a manufacturer because he's not answering my emails? So I emailed him direct on this personal and said, answer it, will you? Because I've got a member who wants it, and got an answer back within minutes, literally minutes. And he said, funnily, I've just had an email from, and funny that. So in some ways, it's nice to be able to give people a little bit of a nudge to get information around and everything else like that. But sometimes I get people and they'll say, oh, I've had such and such, what a bloody crap company. And I'll either phone them or email and say, do us a favour. So, and they will get it sorted out for you. Sometimes people just need a nudge, but like everything, it's just busy, very, very busy at the moment. Some people have got staff furloughed and stuff, but yeah, it's one of those. But we are all pretty close and tight-knit group at the end of the day. And as I say, it might seem that, you know, we're out for what you can get, but it doesn't really work like that.
Yeah.
Squadron Green Putty.
Look, Squadron Green Putty. Look at that tube. It's like normal. It hasn't gone rock hard yet. Give it a week, that'll be like a brick. As soon as you open them, they would start going off in the tube. So after like a couple of months, you couldn't get it out. So what I used to do was slit it open, tip it into like one of these, add some thinners, let it soak, and then redo it.
Yeah.
Because I think what used to happen is the metal, especially if you try and roll it up to get some more out, would pierce, and then obviously it lets the air in, and that's it. It's going off. But Squadron Green, when you first opened it, like Squadron White, was always really, really good. And then literally within a couple of months, the tube's gone bad. It's got that super glue effect, hasn't it? Yeah, yeah. It just goes off and dries out. So where are we starting with these questions? Where do you want to go? Questions for Tuesday? Yeah, go on. Read them out. Right, hold on. I'll leave this playing in the corner to keep people amused. Right, then, hold on. It's just loaded up. So... Oh, I suppose I could do it in here as well. Hold on, I can come in here and get them as well. Right. Bruce Law. Hi, Phil. I really enjoy the Tuesday show. You never stop learning how to improve your modelling skills. As I watch each show, I record any advice and technique, hint or tip that I find useful. As of now, I have recorded 75 different items. Have you thought of making such a list? I would be particularly useful to new members, and it could be continually updated. Nice job for one of the guys to keep him busy. All right, and not busy enough. Got nothing else to do, everyone. Again, this is the trouble is, I can answer that, is that, we've been going now 20 years. So you've got what I call the two loads of videos. You've got the current ones, which are obviously very current and full of obviously all the information and stuff. And then you've got older videos, which aren't really current anymore. To be honest, like a lot of the techniques you're probably watching there, I don't tend to do. Like Squadron Green, you can't even get that anymore, can you? I think, no. You know, and there's various products I'm using there which actually have no relevance it is now. And I've often said about getting rid of the videos, because I say we've got something like there's 240 odd full video builds. Some of them I have got rid of totally now because they are totally irrelevant. And there's other stuff still floating around YouTube, which is from back in the day as well, on airbrushing, which is totally irrelevant. But people like to get the little gems from it. And I get criticised for pulling them. And so people say, oh, I used to like that video. And when we moved them all, and we were doing the free section on the actual one for the classic builds, like this one is now, I had loads of people saying, oh, can you put that video up? Can you put that video up? And I'm thinking, it's old, it's rubbish, it's not even relevant anymore. But there is little probably gems in there. Like, yeah, watching this build, if you wanted to do resin, for instance, it's got quite a lot in there about obviously working with resin, because that's all it is. So it's very difficult. But to do a list, it would be a case of, if you had a list on like priming, it would go on forever. And which bit do you want? Do you want old priming techniques, new priming techniques? So to do a list of all the little gem areas, they it evolves every couple of years. Things change, new things come along, so it would always be out of date. And there's just so much information.
I was going to say, the trouble is that you might think is a gem, might not be a gem to somebody else. Like you say, it's odd, isn't it, really?
It is a very, very difficult one to do, because a lot of the times where I've got rid of videos, people have often come to me and said, where's such and such video? And I said, oh, it's horrible, it's old. They say, no, it's not, it's fantastic, it's an old school. And I'm like this quality on that is in, what did we say it was, 320 screen? It's awful. You can't even see anything that's going on in there. But in the day, that was as good as it got, you know? So, yeah, it's very, very difficult.
Quite clear. Hey, I can see what you're doing quite clear, actually.
Yeah, because we've just got it in a small corner.
Yeah, it's in a small corner, but if you watch it full screen, it's a bit like, yeah.
But most of the tips and techniques are all in the tips and techniques area, aren't they?
And that's what I tend to do, is keep that one up to date with the new stuff. And as things evolve, I tend to redo them. So obviously, you know, the generals of it. But it's this thing where people often say about, perhaps you could do a list of like what you've covered on the show. But we've got now coming up for 4,500 videos on YouTube. Can you imagine the size of it? But how do you categorize what's a good bit compared to all the others? Because a lot of it, not being funny, we talk about things repetitively sometimes. You know, so we talk about silvers and how to get silvers to go down, because people seem to have trouble with like spraying metal finishes and stuff like that. So we speak about it almost weekly. So you would end up with an index of almost every show every week, which would be huge. But how do you then govern which is the right one for you? So it's very, very difficult. Oh my God, look, I'm using
extra acrylic. That's why I've gone quiet. And
Jesus, is that going to spray? Comes out in lumps.
You've just poured that straight out of the bottle.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah, I used to do spray it neat. Yeah, because you can, because I'm spraying at about 40 psi. But because I'm just doing a cockpit, I used to just spray it neat.
Oh God.
Because again,
it does say PS. It says PS. If you want a challenge, why not do a video build of Trumpeter's soon to be released 1/200th Scharnhorst?
No.
Only if you want me to do it over the course of a year.
Can I just say, you've painted that extra acrylic like that, doesn't it just go on like Pebble Dash?
Well, it's got texture probably. But the thing is, don't forget it's a gloss, so it'll self-level itself out.
When someone asked on the other show about how he keeps his hands clean.
Yeah, there you go.
Not 15 years ago.
No, that's when I used to all my cockpits I always spray neat. I still do it now because it dries instantly and it's got a bit of texture. Like gravel. But I fully understand when people say about doing it and listing things, but when you just think of it's not like we've got 10 videos and you could then just say, at 32 minutes in we speak about that, and you could link it and then it would go straight to that part of the video. Because we've literally got thousands, it is knowing how it is. Personally, a lot of these I'd love to delete forever, and to be honest with you, I did have a cull some time ago. And I did delete off a lot of the old news shows and stuff because, again, some of the stuff that's in there is totally irrelevant to what we're doing now. So a lot of it was a case of, when we used to do, we did daily vlogs solidly for 6 years. And they were on, we did the live at 5s when it was me and Lindsay and stuff like that. That went on for like over 3 years. And to be honest, a lot of those ones people say about, it's got great bits of information. No, it doesn't. It's all very much old stuff. Oh no, look, we've lost the part. We're into the next part. There we go. I think I clicked on to part 3. We've skipped through a bit.
Oh, well.
Or was it anyway? Because in those days, I don't know how long those videos were. What were they? Oh, they were still 30-minute videos.
So
these videos you're watching now actually were pre-YouTube. These were all done, and that's why they're in such a low resolution, because we used to pay for our own hosting. So obviously you couldn't put up HD videos because otherwise, like gigabytes, one, it would take forever because it was dial-up back then. But secondly, the hosting costs of it, because we used to get charged per megabyte. So you get charged to put it up, you get charged for every stream that came down as well. And we used to get, you'd be billed on a rate of how many meg you've used a month. So that's why it used to cost us around between 650 and 750 quid a month in video hosting. And people wonder why I used to charge. you know. So you used to have
Yeah.
to try and make the money back, you know. So, but yes, look, photo etch. You know, I should go back to my videos like this. No editing. It's great. I could just get one camera and just go, and there it is. I would have to do no editing, no multiple cameras. I'd save a fortune.
Do you want me to read the next one out?
Yeah, go on
go on
in.
then.
Says Golden Island. Hi Phil, watch the video on weathering using oils for hurricane. I'm going to try and do the same thing on the Tamiya 32nd Mosquito. Just wondering which oil colours you would suggest for grey, and would you use different colours for the top and bottom grey?
Was it a different colour? It's one same grey all over, isn't it? Just the green that's different on the mosquitoes because they're late war. I don't think they're a separate colour underneath. I don't remember doing mine in a separate colour. I think I just did mine all over grey and the green was different.
Yeah, so it's just dark sea grey, isn't it?
Yeah, dark sea grey
green.
all over, and then I don't think they are.
Or is it ocean grey?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah,
One
I'm
of
just
them.
trying to think back to mine. I'm pretty sure it's just one colour right the way over. It's just the green that's different. But anyway, light, as I say, it works roughly the same way. You can get light grey, so or buff is another one that will you can lighten it up and everything. I actually used oils on my one as well. So if you look at my Mozzie, you'll see in there that we did it as well. Going through the motions on it. So yeah, it's one of those ones you just want to break it up, but don't forget the Mozzie, from a weathering point of view, it was a strange beast because there's no panel lines really on it. Being wood,
Yeah.
she didn't weather like normal aircraft did. She was a very slippery aircraft, I think somebody once said about it, as in that it didn't weather because it's actually very aerodynamic. So you didn't get the normal areas where dirt would build up and stuff. So it's not like it used to get particularly dirty.
I think that's the trouble with a Mozzie, isn't it? Actually weathering it to look interesting.
Yeah.
to sound, you know.
Yeah, you're right, because you haven't got the normal panel lines and riveting and everything. You normally would break it up and do different panels with, because it's just one bit of wood. Yeah, the fuselage, you have one seam on it, wouldn't it? That was it. So you had the belly seam, but the top seam, there was no top seam or anything to it like that. So yeah, different.
He also says, P.S. Have built the AMK and Tamiya Tomcats, and by far the Tamiya is easiest to build, as AMK fought me all the way and the instructions are terrible. Had a number of fit issues. Sorry, should have done a build log and posted progress. I'll see if I can find pictures I took along the way and posted a build thread. Yeah, it'd be nice if you do. I've not had that many AMK ones built on the forum, have we?
No,
because they were in short supply, and then everyone got the Tamiya ones. And
well, you think you've got? I had the review is your kit, wasn't it? Because
Yeah,
we didn't
it
even
is,
have
yeah,
enough
yeah,
in the
yeah.
store. So I reviewed Andy's and then sent it back to Andy so he could.
Yeah, I
get
forgot
it.
about that. Yeah.
So, yes. Again, though, I'd still, to be honest, if I was to build another one now, I'd probably build the AMK one. One, to have a go at it, but secondly, it's cheaper. It's what I think a good chunk of cash cheaper than the Tamiya one. But Tamiya one does, it's typical Tamiya. That's the nice thing with Tamiya. You know what you're going to get. It's at McDonald's, isn't it? You know what you're going to get. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Good.
You order chicken nuggets, you're going to get chicken nuggets, and they're going to be all right, and they're going to be very nice. You know you're not going to have any problems with it. That's how I see it, you know. Probably not on the quality level of things, but you know what it is. You just know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Tamiya alongside McDonald's. Who would have thought it? But it's true.
That's the comparison I'm sure they're happy with.
So yes. They're talking in live chat down here. They're saying that somebody's saying ocean grey and sea grey with the dark green. Then others are saying that it was medium sea grey and dark green. Others are saying ocean grey underside, medium sea grey on the top side. And others are saying medium sea grey all over. It may be just what markings your particular one is in. I'm pretty sure mine was just the medium sea grey all over and dark green, which would have been later war colour, wasn't it?
Yeah, I bet you used Tamiya, didn't you?
And I did, yeah, I did. I think I used the Tamiya ones for
81, 82, 83 or whatever they
Yeah,
are.
that's it. Yeah, it would have been. I think we just used the 81, 82 combo. No, actually, I'll tell you what, I used MRP thinking about it. Do you remember? Because I used almost a bottle of paint to do the green.
That was it. It was MRP used, yeah, I remember that, so after I said that. So, I could go upstairs and have a look, but you know
Yeah.
what? I can't be bothered. It's too cold.
I was looking on Tammy's instructions, see what it say.
So why don't you just look on your video build?
I could do, but it's playing very nicely at the moment. I don't know what upset it.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I prefer the Tucano.
Yeah, that's it. The Tucano's
Ooh,
looking
look.
nice. Look, the old buffer.
That's a nice buffer.
That's the old type before we went skinny, went thin.
Yeah. Talking of that, you got any 13s in stock?
13s, yeah, millions of 13s. Do you need some? I'm waiting on 14s. I was hoping 14s would turn up this week, but I haven't had anything to say they're coming yet.
Okay.
Apart from I had one last week saying half the staff are furloughed at the factory, so it's going to take longer.
Yeah, well, it's about known for everybody, isn't it? So
I thought factories are back to it, but
I
apparently
think is it down to their own discretion?
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Right, do you want me to read this one, or you can do it?
I can't read any at the moment, so I've got this plane.
Oh right, I'll read it then.
Go on.
Just before you do, Matt, just one sec. Just looking at Tammy's instructions, and they're saying AS32 for the top and grey colour.
For the top and grey colour? You mean top and bottom?
Sorry, top and bottom grey colour.
Yeah, again, I think it depends where it is. Perhaps if somebody's got aftermarket decals and that for it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I just did it as medium sea grey right the way over, then the green.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's what it says on it.
Yeah, you want me to read this?
Yeah, go on then, mate.
Right, Keith. I thought I'm going to try to do my Drago 135th Saladin 1963 version the year I was born this weekend for the turkey shoot. Never done armour before, so I don't know how to do grey plastic periscopes to look like glass. Do I just use something like Molotov chrome and mask, or do I need to put a clear colour like blue or green over it? I've watched a few of your armour builds, but can't remember you making periscopes from grey plastic. There is a clear fronted periscope, but I assume black inside, dark behind that so that it wouldn't light up or light to show through from inside the vehicle if the man is looking through it. So my way of doing it is literally, if it's a solid periscope, is to paint it, like say, grey, black, and just give it a clear gloss coat. Make it look like a glass thing, because you're never going to see it.
No.
Yeah.
Or there's a periscope colour there, because I don't know what they are on a Saladin. If it's green tint, a blue tint, just paint it a dark blue, a dark green, whatever, and then just put a gloss clear coat over the top. And they're so tiny.
Yes.
And it just gives the hint of, you know, so you can't see in it. So that's the way I would do it.
Or even just paint it black and then just use X23 on it. It just give you that blue hint and its gloss as well. It just
there is like the clear ones, whatever. Yeah.
Just gives it that bit of hint of it. For what you're going to see, like I say, what you're going to see, it's not going to be
tiny, aren't they? They're so small.
To be honest, I always used to do it where paint the inside of the actual turret, normally, as you say, in grey, so where the periscope area is. And then I used to then just push the periscope up in once it's all been painted, the outside and everything. And then on the inside, at the sort of, of it, as then paint it blue. So if you looked at it, you got a blue hue. But that's more on the modern ones. I don't think they add that sort of blue hue to them on the older ones. Aren't they just clear?
To be honest, I don't know, because like sometimes with Dragon, on some of their kits, you do get a clear part, for the periscopes.
Yeah.
You say they just push in, because I think you would have had it on your Panzer IV tank, wouldn't you?
Yeah. They are just clear, so it's angled angled at the bottom. You just shove them up underneath.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But I don't know about the Saladin, because I've never seen it. He says it's just like solid grey, so like I say, I'd just paint it a dark grey, blue, whatever you want, and then just put a gloss coat over it, and it'll more than suffice. So, and then he's just put, as you usually say, overthinking. But I do try to see myself how things would look in reality, used in action, and replicate it.
Problem is, in reality, it just looked like a black hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
It is. I'm not being funny. Like, we've all seen armour and been up close to armour. You never think, oh, that's clear, or that's blue, do you? You don't even take any notice of it.
No, you don't.
Because it's even considering it's quite a large slot on them, especially the modern ones. You've got like 3 at different angles. They do stand out, but you never take any notice of them, so they're not a prominent feature.
No, it's not. No, it's not something that jumps out and hits you, is it? So, great work with the lives. Good job, team. The recordings are all I can watch, but thoroughly enjoying them, even if I can't comment in chat. So I keep. So yeah, that's my way of doing it anyway. So Andy can read the next one. Go on, Andy. Chop.
Yeah. Question about paints. For the upcoming first group build next year, I want to build a jet fighter. It's not going to be natural metal finish, but rather a painted anti-corrosive aluminium coating. How would you go about doing it, and what brand of paint would you recommend for it? We call it high-speed silver, isn't it?
Yes.
We're saying LP11.
LP11's high-speed silver.
I would call LP11 Tamiya's lacquer one high-speed silver. I had a photo, didn't I? What was it? I got to think it was the Hunter and the Sabre, and I did a thing about the difference between silver and metallizer. And a lot of you pointed out that was a great picture because it just shows what high-speed silver would look like, and obviously a normal. So yes, LP11. I did my Gloucester Gladiator in it, and I thought it looks fantastic for it.
Just notice though, looking at my LP paints, all of them where the LP is white. Yeah, except for LP70.
Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because that's more money. No, I'm being serious.
No, seriously, that's the more expensive one, isn't it?
They're the more expensive ones.
Seriously,
LP48. Yeah, it is. It's true.
Yeah, the normal one with the white thing are £190. They're £2.20 or £2.30 with a different, because they're micas. They've got a different pigment in them. They're a mica, I think.
Yes.
Right.
So it's more expensive to produce. And there's a row of them that are more money. Some of the car colours are, because they're pearls and micas and all the fancy colours. They're more expensive than the standard.
Yeah, and they've got like red around the top instead of
the blue. Yeah, that's how you can tell them apart. So they look like that.
Yeah. So now you know.
There's something new every day.
There you go. Every day's a school day.
You thought I was messing about then, didn't you, with the price? Go and ask Shell. She knows. She was an expert on pricing of Tamiya paint.
Yeah, Shell knows. Good.
So, which questions are you reading from anyway? Because I'm doing from Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's Tuesday.
Where did you find that one then?
No, you're not. Oh, yeah, you're on Tuesday. Yeah, where did you find that question? Because I can't see it. No, I was just, come on.
Are you down at the bottom?
Oh, I've gone too far, sorry.
Don't matter. I'll go back to Paul's. What's the review of the new Tornado GL4 kit from Italy in 30-second scale, and thought it very fair?
Thank you.
I love the Tornado, but to part with £100 plus, it would have to be the Mutts. So I'll wait until the price drops, if it ever does. They're dropping now, mate.
They are dropping now like a stone.
They'll be getting them away.
Yeah.
Excellent website. Keep up the good work, yourselves and all the team.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Again, I'd just like to say, I review a lot of stuff, clearly, as you guys know, and all the rest of it. But I always try and be fair. I look for the positive. And obviously, if I see a negative, you guys will hear about it. And to be honest with you, the biggest thing with that kit that came out, I couldn't generally find a fault with it. And I know a lot of you have been in contact with me and said that the decals are wrong, apparently. It's got the wrong Tornado on the back end. It's the wrong colour. They've done it in gold. It should have been in gunmetal. And there's fault here, there, and everywhere. Again, I'm not a Tornado expert, so I just give a general of the kit. Not necessarily what it is. Because I've had lots of people say to me, oh, you didn't mention this was wrong, and that was wrong, and this is up the creek. I don't know. I'm doing it from a model kit point of view, not as an aficionado on it. Like I said, certain things I know really well. Hornets, funnily enough. I know F-18 Hornets, and I know all the things that are wrong with it. But I just try and give an overall impression as I can in that amount of time because of the kit. They are going tracked and signed, yes. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, everyone, that's all your mugs wanting to know if they're going tracked and signed or normal. But they are going tracked and signed, you'll be fine. So yes, so that's the thing, is that I just try and give an overall of an actual kit. Obviously, the intricate details of parts that are wrong and shape issues and stuff like that, I'm looking at it on the sprue, so it's very difficult for me to point out. So on that one, though, I'm obviously taking into account the price. Sometimes I don't even mention the price with the kit, because if I think it's a fair price for what you're getting, then fair enough. But I just felt on that one that we are now into, as we spoke about on the show, Tamiya pricing for their 30-second scale stuff. And I would expect a certain level of refinedness and obviously accuracy at that price. So that's what it is. But I have had lots of feedback over it. Most people have said it's fair, but I've had lots of people saying about, oh, you didn't mention this, you didn't mention that. And as I said, I'm looking at it from a kit point of view, perhaps as a model builder, not as a dedicated fan of that said subject. So, you know, like I've often said, I'm no expert on anything whatsoever. I just have a very broad knowledge of bits, but not specific knowledge on to be able to give shape issues, for instance, and if that's correct, and should it have that bit in there and stuff. I'll spot things as I see them, but really it's more of an overall impression of a kit. Make your own choices. And so I often said, look at 3 or 4 reviews on it before you make a decision. And that way, somebody who's far more knowledgeable might point out that this is wrong and that wrong. Obviously, if I can spot something that's wrong, I'll do it. But if it looks good to me, it's fine.
Well, we'll see what Nathan has to say.
What's that, Andy?
Motion detected.
Oh, is his thing going off again?
Yeah.
A cat's just walked past the.
No, is it Amazon delivery?
It'd be either Shell's COVID test being picked up or Shell going to pick Sam up.
She has that. Had she got one of the speed tests?
No, this is all done, but it's the government one where they trying to do random tests on people on the country, and so like they send you like an envelope through with a box inside it and the test, and you do it, send it off.
Fair enough.
Sounds complicated.
It does.
Go on then, Andy, you can read this one.
Hi, Phil. Have you ever invited a member onto the live show? It would be nice to see some of the members pop up for a chat from time to time. We have done. We have done
in the past. To be honest with you, and I think obviously, you know, you guys are the most vocal out there. If we have audio problems, let's face it, sometimes we have it with us and everything else. Everyone moans about it, and it's unwatchable, and this is terrible, and I get a load of heat for it every single time. So the bit where we have in, you know, obviously just a member or anybody else in, it takes time to set up because we need to make sure, one, their internet can do it. Secondly, it's compatible with our system because obviously it comes in, as you see all the guys around here now. We spoke about this a little bit the other day, how it works. It's not something that's straightforward. So the simple answer is no. Purely because we've had issues before and people say it's very interesting. And again, we get some of the guys who we know. So like Pranjit, we speak to Pranjit on and off camera as well. So it's like, you know, we know his system works and all the rest of it. But to do it, it's the time factor in because we'd have to have a test run with it first. And then we'd have to make sure. And as we know, sometimes of the day it works fine. Other times with people's internet, it's not as good. If you've got loads of family on and things like that in the evenings. So it's not worth the hassle that comes along with it. As horrible as it sounds, you know, like we said before, if people want to do videos, and we can show the videos because we can do that, but to have people on live, it's very, very difficult because it might screw up the entire system, which has happened in the past as well, where we've lost everything. But it's not as straightforward as just doing it on. We're not the BBC.
Yeah, look at what I saw they're having. So you can't even figure with BBC and Sky. They're having as bad issues as anybody else with the not having people live in the studio.
I must admit, that's been the best thing out of COVID is because we get hassle where, I'm not being funny, you guys were saying the other day about Matt's microphone. Oh, it's really echoey and it's unwatchable and all this. And it's like, really? Have you seen them on the TV where they've got like they're muted or they've got really bad echo or they're in or out? These are MPs. Trying to talk to Parliament can't even do it, and you're giving us grief for it. It's like, really, you know, it's one of those things. As I say, when it works well, it's perfect. No one minds. When it's a little bit iffy, everyone's the first one saying, "Oh, this is rubbish."
Can I just say, in our defence, though, we are a lot more interesting than MPs.
Yes, we are. Yes, definitely.
And we speak the truth.
Yes, this is true.
That's Tuesday's done.
Is that what Tuesday's done? Have we got any more from the other ones?
In YouTube chat, Gordon J says, for £140, I want my kit to include some magnets, poly caps, and at least a few screws.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I don't think that's a big ask, you know. Yeah. It's, you know, I've had lots of people message me about everything that's wrong with the kit as well. And like I often say, you know, a couple of people, I must admit, I messaged back at the weekend, there's no such thing as a perfect kit. Because I've reviewed other stuff and people have never mentioned anything. Yeah, I know this thing's wrong with it. You know, that's wrong and that's wrong. And it's a case of, you know, they're just little things and everything else like that. And You know, we know because obviously with the Luftwaffe SIG we're involved with and stuff, the guys could pull apart 109s all day long on this site, you know, and the ins and outs of them and colours that are wrong and all the rest of it. But really, do you have to? At the end of the day, it looks like a 109, looks like a Tornado. Fair enough, you know.
I think, like you say, once it gets over the £100 mark, you're into that then.
Yeah, and I think you're quite right. That's where I call it almost. It's the bit where I will be very forgiving of flash and I'll be very forgiving of sink marks and all the rest of it. You know, classic example, we were just looking at it now. When you look at this kit, yeah, it's got loads of faults with it, but how much were you saying? 70 quid?
Yeah, just under 80, but yeah, about 80.
All right, 80, say 80 quid even. That's a shitload of plastic for 80 quid. So you can almost forgive it. It's 4 bores. It's still got really nice into it, but it's not Zucamori. So I think, you know, in some ways you can almost give it a little bit of a break at that price, you know, purely because of how much you're getting and the scale of the kit and everything else. You know, no, it's not perfect, but I think as soon as you go and it's like an invisible barrier, isn't it? Anything over 100 quid, you're almost expecting it to be very good. Because you've broken that barrier, you know, that you've gone over 100 quid. But the thing is, like recently, we've been seeing a lot of kits go over 100 quid now. It's becoming the norm. The 48 scale to cost near under 100 quid.
I was just about to say, you know what? It used to be like 50 quid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kit over 50 quid. And it's like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, that's got to be good, isn't it? Yeah. And then obviously now it's gone up to 100 £100. And it's, you know, obviously it's creeping up there, but. Yeah, it is. I can understand why people get a little bit antsy about it, you know, because as I say, it is a lot of money and you are looking for pretty much accurate kits. But also I've had people say to me about, the ANKF14, I've never built it, I can't comment. But that's not the first time I've heard it's a nightmare to put together. I've had people say it's got massive fit issues and it's gappy and, you know, the instructions are woeful and everything else. I can't comment because I haven't built it. So I'm just going from what I see in the box. But is that like people comparing it to the Tamiya kit?
Absolutely.
If the Tamiya kit weren't around, how good would they say the AMK one is? Does that make sense? If you've not got that comparison, then it's probably a lot... You know, it'd be a lot better kit than people saying it is, if that makes sense.
Because then you compare it against the Academy one, aren't you? And...
Yeah, and also you've got to take into effect the modeler. You know, because I've had it. Right. I've had, you know, I often go back to it, but that B17 is a classic example. If I had listened to what everybody had said, and the A10, to be honest, the A10 when we did the Thunderbolt, but the B17 being a relatively new kit, I was told it was unbuildable. I was told it's crap. It clearly is just been a rescaled down from the 32nd one, and then it's got a massive load of fit issues. The wings don't fit, apparently. The wheel wells are actually corrupt. You can't get that top piece to go down without having like huge big gaps around it and all the rest of it. And various other things completely wrong with the kit. Yeah, I put that kit together and didn't really have a problem. I had a couple of faults which I've described in the actual video build, how to get around it, and I think I cured a few things where people were saying they had faulty areas, and that was because they didn't seat the part properly and get it in there, and there's a knock-on effect with it. But I didn't honestly have a problem with it. Yeah, it was unbuildable. You know, and I thought, it's not, it's fine, it just needs to work it through. So you have to factor in that as well. Different modelers, you know, see things differently. If I see it won't go together, I'm like, why? You know, and like I say, test fitting is one of the best things you can ever do. You know, test fit everything. Do not go straight in with glue, because if it doesn't work, you can then, right, why isn't it? Let's work it out. And perhaps it does take a little bit of sanding. To me, if it needs a little bit of sanding off a part to make it fit, that doesn't make it a bad model. It's just that it just needs that bit taken off and go through. But I wouldn't condemn a model because of it, you know?
No.
There's a couple in YouTube chat. I'll do them in the opposite order. But Shadow Model says, what Tamiya colour would you use for a Russian armour green colour? Tamiya in their T55, which I just got in front of me, they're quoting LP 29, which is olive drab. And fair, Russian armours all over them. I've snoozed that, so we don't do it.
It's obviously very quick.
You know what it is? It's a member. He keeps running past now because he's getting knows he's doing it live.
Yes, they're saying olive drab, but Russian colours are all over the place anyway, so I won't go too mad with it. You know, olive drab would do. And also, then Gordon J saying, I know Telford weekend is just passed, but flooring models and PM models but are flooring models and PM models having a Black Friday sale?
Watch this space.
Yeah, Flory Models isn't. PM Models will. I've just had one. I'm not having another. I'm just getting over this. By the time I get the mugs out, can you imagine having another sale? I'm not going to do anything but working in the unit. So, but yes, PM Models, watch this space. Definitely is going to be having some specials and sales and everything else. Flory Models, I'm done for this year. We only have one sale a year.
Just while we're on about, obviously, Flory Models and PM Models, just to let everybody know, we are two separate companies.
Yes.
I know we're kind of sister companies, but we are two separate companies, because I've had some new members did message me about, the login won't work from Flory site to the PM site. It won't, because they are completely separate entities. So just
and obviously the Flory Models discount code only works on the Flory Models site.
Yes.
So obviously the 15% off members get is just on Flory Models sales from Flory Models site of washes, sanders and pigments. It's not on the other things we do either, because obviously some stuff we make not all, so couldn't afford to get 15% off. It's only on the products I manufacture. That's what we do. But yeah, no, they are completely separate companies.
100% discount, especially on Tomcats, Tornadoes. No, I'm glad we've only got one. So anyway, we'll watch it. I don't know. I've got to talk to Andy about this, but I don't know if we're doing everything. We might just do a few lines as a discount. We might do everything. We don't know. You'll know.
Yes.
Friday, Saturday, whenever we decide to make it go live. So make sure you're watching on Saturday afternoon.
John Kelly says, off topic, a trivial question, but the title music that plays at the beginning and opening of your titles and shows, what, ours, or do you mean the PM Models rock one? Which I really like. Nobody else seems to like it, and I like changing it because I like it. Dramatic. But no, it's called Come Save Me. And I can't remember who did it, because we paid for that music. Physically bought it. I probably made that person famous. I want comeback now and kickback. But we own that music.
You want royalty?
We want royalty. You can get it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's called Come Save Me. I can't remember the guy who did it now, because obviously we had it over 10 years now. But we own the royalties to that. We should get kickback every time it's played.
There's a video for it, isn't there, and all sorts?
Is there?
It's a dance classic.
It is. It's a modern day classic now. We've made it what it is.
Yeah.
I know if you go on their YouTube channel, everyone says on there, who came here from Flory Models? That's literally is the thing as you go through it. So, yeah.
I say you made the song famous. I bet nobody had even heard of it till
that's it.
Bought it.
So look, the red paint's going on. What red did I use? Was that Tamiya red? I wasn't watching. Or did I use Hataka red on that?
No, Hataka weren't around when you built that.
Not Hataka, sorry. Extra acrylics.
That's Tamiya, isn't it?
I don't know. I can't remember what it just was. If I'm not even watching my own video, it's fine. But yeah, look at that. Nice dusty coat going on, preparing the surface, and then we'll whack it on. Oh, actually, that's that Dayglow colour, isn't it? It's not even. Is it red on those? Oh, it is red on those, isn't
red.
it?
No,
yeah, it's red. That I'll tell you what, that's got to be extra acrylics, because their red is very pinky.
Is it?
You really have to build it up.
Can you rewind it so we can see?
Hold on.
It looks like orange, doesn't it?
Hold on.
I think you do a lot of masking and spray white straight out the jar, as he does.
Hold on. Oh, thinners.
Come on.
This is where we really bring this one to life. Again, I'm going to do 1 mil of thinners.
Thinners. You've used some thinners.
Oh, it is. Extra acrylics. Okay, extra acrylics paint, but I am using.
What finish did you use? X28?
Yeah, X28. Okay. Give it a
Look at that, look, mixing in the cork.
The secret to extra acrylics. Still do it to this day. Make sure they've got a good mix.
Is that at the time when you used to sell extra acrylic?
It may have been. Yes, that's what. At that point, I would have had my own shop at that point when we used to stock that. So I probably used a brand new bottle every time we used it.
Hey, did you sell a lot of it?
To be honest, we did. Yeah. Seriously, used to sell tons of it. And obviously, we was always out of stock as well of Desert Pink.
There still are. Nothing's changed, has it? To be honest with you, like the obviously the extra acrylic and the extra colour range.
Yes.
They were really the first to do proper designated colours.
They were. First time to do military colours. And to be honest, I started off using extra enamels because of that. Because if you wanted RAF greens, greys and stuff, they were the only one available. Because Humbrals weren't true British standard matches. And that's why I started to use it. Very quickly moved away because it took like a year to dry. And I went over to the acrylics.
What was lichen green used on?
Yes.
RAF lichen green, because I've got that in one of my extra colour paints, and I still don't know what it's used for. What green did you use?
It's probably the Irish Air Force, right?
No. Somebody in chat will know, what colour greens did they use on the Lightnings?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that funny green colour. They had it on the Harriers as well, the GR5 Harrier as well,
That might have been it. Could have been Harrier colour.
Mr. Colour 303. Or was it 333?
No, 333 is his extra dark sea grey, isn't it?
Must be 303 then.
But yeah, lichen green.
Right, quick one here. Hi guys, what is the best bargain you have bought? Mine is the Revell History Makers Wasp radial engine in quarter scale. Bought it for 160 quid. Normally goes for 400 to 600 quid. Crikey. I don't know. Best bargain.
I know what. Go on. I know
Mine would be a Land Rover. 1/10 scale Land Rover Defender. Because actually, since then, I've had people offer to buy it off of me. After the Friday show, I've had about 4 people message me saying if I want to sell it, and a few of them have offered me quite good money for it.
I tell you what, I spoke to Ian this morning at Hobbyco about them, and it is gone, mate. It's gone.
Well, that's probably why people are offering me silly money for it now.
That will go absolutely ballistic. Mine is, and I've got to thank our friend Mr. Keith. I have got a 148 Hampton and a 148 Halifax, which are awful kits, but I know if I did want to sell them, which I won't, I've been promising, they'd go for stupid money. Especially the Halifax, I think. I'm trying to think what else I've got as well. There's something else I've got that's quite well. I did have a Gannet that was really rare, didn't I?
What, until Andy built it?
Yeah.
No, it's up here.
It's still indebted to me.
I owe him a kit for it.
Yeah, I'm going to make it stash.
I've never seen him since.
I've had a few rare things and sold them, but I think probably like the FM, is it? Fondé Miniatures, Halifax and Hampton in 48 for probably, very rare and sought after. And then obviously, there's that now. Well, that's worth nearly 300 quid, or whatever it is. Didn't pay for that, did we?
Yeah. That's it.
Not that that's sought after, but...
generally, apart from that, I haven't got anything really at all like that now. I offloaded a load of stuff a few years ago, and as I say, most of my stuff is just current normal.
I tell you what, if you probably had to build it, yours will be the Star Destroyer.
No, Star Destroyer is probably, that's a classic. Because I've had people, I got a shitload of hate, to be honest with you. And that was people saying, for building it, why have you built it? And I'm like, well, because I'm a builder, but people literally were like, Philistine. Do you know how collectible that kit is and all the rest of it? But yeah, probably that's the one that would have gone. And especially now, because at the time, it probably worth a fortune made, but now you can get the Zvezda one.
Yes.
It's devalued that one for building point of view anyway. So I know obviously the Zvezda one's nowhere as detailed as that, but again, for the money difference. Yeah. But that would have been the one. Yeah, absolutely.
How much do you think the X-Wing's worth?
I don't know, to be honest. As I say, I haven't been around, but yeah, I've got a studio scale X-Wing down there. So that's where you think I paid 250 for it now, sort of 3 or 4 years ago. So don't know. Be interested to see what a studio scale X-Wing goes for.
Not for obviously for people to go rush out and buy one. But I bet if the perfect grade Falcon got discontinued, that would you'd have to sit on it for a while, but that
would go through the roof, yeah,
definitely. That would just go ballistic. Because the thing he wanted, didn't it? The Fine Molds original was going for absolutely proper strong money before that one came back out, and I think it got re-released as well by Revell, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got the Revell boxing of the Fine Molds one.
But yeah, I mean, some of the F1 cars now, the Tamiya F1 cars, the original 1/12 scale ones.
Yeah.
They fetch really good money. I don't know. Yeah.
Let me just show Roger what I was looking at. I was looking up Oh, I can see.
The dust. I mean,
there.
Oh, look. A few armour kits up there. What we got? T-72, Bradley.
Hey, yeah, what's in the middle?
oh my
I can't
Gannon.
see that. Hold on. Let me go big screen for you. There you go.
Very
Oh, look. Fairy Gannon.
Why don't you just get down, Andy?
Well, Roger's asking, he says, what's Andy looking up at? That's what I was looking up at.
He's
That's where
got
the
a
gun is.
Leopard.
Yeah, it's in the middle. It's in the middle of the main
Panzer
kit.
What's the plane above it?
Yeah, I was about to say, what's above the Panzer IV?
That's that Casa Hobbyboss special hobby Casa.
Oh, I know.
Get
what you
it
mean.
down. Go and get him down. Can you get up there? Has he got a ladder?
Yeah, he'll shout, "Shell up, Shell!
Yeah.
Can you get these down, please?" Nice, Mike.
Yeah, nice, Mike.
Good
Nice stand for it. Is that overkill?
Yeah, that's what comes with it.
Hey, this is Andy Roundabout. I was expecting to show you DIY light that you built stand.
Yeah.
You want to see me DIY?
Yeah, go on. Let's see your DIY light, because apparently this has got Shell's washing line attached to it.
There you go, look.
Oh, right. I see what you've done now. That actually makes sense, that does.
There's a clothes prop.
Yes. Oh!
Close
I had to
up.
use the hacksaw to chop the clothes prop down and chop the ends off it.
Oh.
Look, we're now masking up the red on the other side. Right. Back to Andy. There you go.
How long it took me to pry that out of Matt's hands.
Yeah,
Did you say it's got a damaged box, so you want to cheat?
out of my dead cold hands.
Right, Matthew says, hello guys, thanks for all these shows, really enjoying them. Quick question, my dad has asked me for a 132nd Hurricane for Christmas. Are there any half decent ones? He's not experienced plastic modeler and has only done a few kits, Revel Spitfire 109 in 32nd, so just needs to look about right. Cheers, Matt.
What scale is he after?
32nd.
No, there's not an easy one. It's the
There's
fly
a
one. Isn't it?
Fly is your only
that's-
option, isn't it? And the old monogram, Revel monogram did one.
I know, but that's just.
If you can
I don't
find
even
it.
know. That's hard to find. I mean, the fly one, but that's not for an inexperienced modeler, is it, Andy? Let's be honest. If you've only got a few kits under your belt, you don't be tackling that. Wouldn't you be better off buying the 24th?
Do you know,
Airfix one?
Yeah, I was just about to say about going, because if he's, done the Revel ones like that, he should be right with the Airfix. If he wants a bit bigger. Depends if you want them all in the same scale, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, we've been on about this a while. 32nd.
Yeah, 32nd. The world needs a 32nd proper
Hurricane.
normal Hurricane.
ICM, are you listening?
Yeah, ICM. Yeah,
Or Armour Hobbies, can you upscale again?
Armour Hobbies.
Tamiya.
Tamiya. Yeah, I've often said Tamiya, be interesting if they did one. Be very nice. But yeah, I can understand perhaps he wants to keep it in the same scale. So if he wants to keep 32nd, Fly is your only option, and Andy's built it. Practice canopy on that as well, didn't you, Andy? Andy, the
It
canopy
hasn't cracked.
cracker.
It's crazed slightly.
Crazed. Hey, I tell you what, if you're going 24th scale and you watch Hurricane, that I can recommend as an easy thing to put together is the Trumpy 24th scale Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Compared to I've never built the Airfix one, but it does go together. It's okay. It looks like Hurricane. I'll say I've built that. I've built one upstairs, so that's not a bad shot. If you don't mind going to 24th scale, but 32nd, you're really limited.
The Fly one, it's a multimedia kit. There's lots of resin in it, and all the cockpit and bits, wells and everything are all resin.
Yeah, it's not a beginner's kit, is it? To be honest. So yeah.
You can't tell
going on.
Yeah, you can't tell my canopy is cracked.
No, it's that top that you've chucked over it.
Yeah, it's got a tarp now. It looks fine.
Because it sits back, you see, on the cockpit, on the fuselage. But it's just.
To be honest with you, it probably would be like that in real life.
Yeah.
It would.
Because if you look at old school stuff, they do that anyway, and the ultraviolet light kills it, doesn't it?
It just looks like it's scratched, little scratches in it.
Yeah.
He did scale cracking. It's fantastic.
It is.
Yeah.
Amazing how he managed that.
Took me ages to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Jean-Philippe says, do you know how to get replacement landing gear for a MiG-17 or 19, 1/72 scale, the old KP kits? Brass or white metal scale aircraft conversions don't do any. I wouldn't know.
Why do you want metal landing gear for a kit that size?
I think, yeah, he wants replacement gear. I would say just buy the cheap Airfix one and nick the gear from it.
Recast it.
Yeah, I'll just do a quick recast of it, yeah.
Recast.
But you could probably get, I'm not being funny, the old Airfix kits off of eBay for peanuts.
Yeah.
The old ones, and just...
I don't think that kit that he wants to get it for is an expensive kit anyway, is it? Probably cheaper to buy another kit.
Just buy another kit as a donor kit and then do one in flight.
I was about to say, do that one in flight. Shut it up. Yeah.
Look at that lovely finish from that extra acrylics paint.
That's it. And you're touching it. Look, you just put your finger in it.
See? It's fine.
Apart from that thumbprint in that wing.
No, it's fine. I've rubbed it out.
Look.
That's me saying how dry this is. Instant. Look, we can't go anywhere. We have to watch the end of this video. How long has it got? Oh, hold on. I'll fast forward a bit.
You have to
Look, unmasking. Look at the nice jumper. I'm using gloves. Don't know why, because I've taken them off. Look at that. Look at that lovely finish. Just cutting it in there. Get rid of that tape. Gouge the plate of the paint off as I do it. Look.
Strong stuff, that extra acrylic.
Do you know what? I'm watching this back cringing, thinking, Christ, how did the paint stay on? Because it's over resin as well. And I think I primed it with just XF19.
I think you did. And you got the knife, look.
Yeah, get the knife in there. Rip that out.
Don't slip with that knife.
That's it. Rip the canopy clean off now. Look, here we go.
Look. Mr. Patience.
Yeah, still haven't got any now, even after all these years. I'm amazed that I'm just ripping off that masking tape and it's all still on it. Because it is extra acrylics, that's the thing. I think the white's Tamiya.
Yeah, it is.
The white is Tamiya, yeah.
Because I wouldn't have used extra acrylics to have white paint, that's for certain.
Straight out the pot, the white was, I think.
Yeah, that'd be just XF2. So I've always done it from back in the day. Look at that. Come out right, isn't it?
Tell you what, though, let's be honest. We're all like that when we want to demask something to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Just wing it says, just checking in, lads. It's been a while. Are you back on full lockdown mode? We are, but we're nearly
out of it.
Yeah, we've only got another week. Next Wednesday, innit? We come out.
Yeah.
And we'll be.
And then we're into 3-tier lockdown.
So it'll still be lockdown, but just with a different name.
Yeah. Last question. Stefan says here, hi guys, I've got the old Eddard Lysander Mark III Profi pack. Do any of you know if anyone does aftermarket sets for the tiny bombs and their mounts for the little wings on the landing gear? Because the new one comes with that, doesn't it? That Lysander I did the review of actually comes with the stubby ones with those little 25-pound bombs, I think they are, whatever it is on it.
Eddard do them then. Check Eddard.
So yeah, does Eddard, that's what I was about to say, does Eddard do them as a separate, or does it with the kit only?
I normally do them as they do kits normally do separately, don't they?
Yeah. Aircraft shows, artwork shows the aircraft with the bomb mounts and something apparently exploding on the ground. It doesn't seem to be included in the kit. As I say, the new, what do they call it? Did they give it a name? Lysander one? Can't remember if they gave it a name.
Just a Lysander, I think.
Just a Lysander. That does come with it. So I would check on Eddard's site and see if they do it as a standalone. But the new one definitely has them. So I remember reviewing it because you get them. They are beautifully cast. I think they're little 25-pound bombs.
Yeah, well, that's probably what thing to look for. 25-pound bombs and Google it on.
Just going back a question where we were talking about bargains and things.
Mm-hmm.
My bargains really have been pretty much all of the Eddard's limited editions. If you buy them and sit on them for a while, they always seem to be.
What, sell them on an auction?
No, but just generally, so it's all like they never seem to lose money on those. They always seem to do well.
They're collectibles, aren't they?
Oh my God! Look, I'm using the bloody Milky Stuff Future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look, stuffed white. God, see,
honestly
and
say
this
my,
is why we don't do this, because there might be a video up saying use this. I'm going to put it on by hand. Look.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I don't even remember doing this.
My model has never smelt so nice since that when I was using that lemon stuff.
The lemon one.
Yeah, the lemon one. Apparently, they put a smell in it deliberately so children don't drink it, so they can identify it. It'd be better if it just smelled of ammonia. They'd never drink it then, would they?
It'd be better if it smelled of vinegar. They won't be near it.
Nathan still brushes on to this day, doesn't he?
He does.
I don't actually physically remember doing this. Weird. I know it was many years ago. This must have been circa, I don't know,
2010.
Maybe earlier than that. Maybe 2009, 2008.
Maybe it wasn't Phil, because you can't see his face.
Yeah, that's it. It wasn't me. That was my stand-in. There you go. Look how glossy that is.
Dirk says Armour Hobby are going to be doing a 40th Hurricane.
They are.
Mark 2C.
Mark 2C, which is the one everybody wants.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the desert one, isn't it?
Yep.
It's one with the cannons, isn't it?
Mm.
Right, we'll fast forward that bit so we can just get to the good bit.
Yeah.
Look, what are we doing? So look, anti-glare panel 1. That's it. Looking all shiny. Look how shiny that looks. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Who knew? That's it. We're all going back to hand painting future now. And we want the milky one. None of this clear rubbish. Okay, so look, decals going on. So look, we're doing the stripes going down the sides. That's it. Look, stripey's going on. Does look nice with the old grey, white and blue.
Yeah.
Classic scheme, isn't it?
The old raspberry ripple.
Mm.
That blue one on the instructions look quite nice as well, though. Is that Oxford blue? Isn't everything Oxford blue in those days?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, look, decals going on. Cotton bud for rolling off. Christ, is there another part to that? Oh, God.
I tell you what, hey, I wonder how many they've sold this afternoon.
Yeah, Alistair can't work out why they've had loads of sales. There we go.
Yeah.
Look, gear going on. You can watch this one, people. You don't have to, sit through this. Look, more future. So we're sealing in now the actual everything with more future. See, look, this was like the proper age of modelling.
Lighting green, Matt. Harriers.
Litching green, is it?
What, on GR5s?
Yeah.
Sure the GR5s, Adam.
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, it's the props. Look. Look at that. Expert masking. Little bits of tape. Oh, look at that.
I tell you. Nice. Nice.
He's good, this guy. I don't know who he is. Look, pelicans on the back. Or toucan, isn't it? Wrong one.
Toucan, yeah.
So you think if the Harriers would have done it, then the Lightnings would have been similar?
I thought Lightnings were as well, but could be wrong. That could be a different colour.
I thought they were, yeah, because it's the same colour. Yeah, the GR5 Harriers were that type of green, and the Lightnings were, weren't they?
Yeah. If Nathan would know, and he's never here, is it?
No.
You'll have
He
to
is
ask him on
okay,
Thursday.
everyone. He's just
Remember
working.
to ask him on Thursday.
So yes, that's the 48 scale Tucano, looking very nice. Look, and that canopy, absolutely beautiful.
Cheers. And you've got a deck cord, look.
Yeah, deck cord.
I'll tell you what, that plane would scale up to 32nd and still be a nice size, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah, be really nice.
And there's a lot of users of, like, obviously the Embrior in it is the original, is it? Is it Embrior Tucano? And that's the shorts one, isn't it? The licensed one.
Yeah, that's the shorts Belfast one, yeah.
Be a nice kit in 32nd, that.
Yes. But no.
Right, we're going to call it a day because I've got to shoot to the post office.
We have. Absolutely. Look, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, everyone, and going through Nostalgia Lane. There it is. Look, finished. Ta-da! And we will be back with you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So we'll be doing all those questions again that we've just answered. So
No,
if anyone's got any questions, please send them to us or just post them up live as we'll be on here and we can go through with those ones. As I say, the review for this little lump is up with you right now, so you can go off and see that one. As I say, next up, I'll put up, I don't know, which will we have next? I don't know which one to do now. Probably do the Peugeot tomorrow. That can go up tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we'll have the Wright-Field Models, very limited edition because it's not available yet, Mark III Panzer. And then we'll do, next up, we can have the Mercury Redstone. Then you can have this little thing. That'll be up with you back end of the week and all the others. Then on Friday, we'll put up the Metro. And we've got the Chally as well. So we'll get that up before the end of the week as well. So yes, still lots and lots to come. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorted. Right, are we all done then, people? Lovely job.
Yep.
Thank you very much for watching us this afternoon. Pleasure as always. Please like and subscribe and all those good things like that as well, because it just feeds our ego, if nothing else. And we will be back on with you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So till later, everybody. Happy modelling. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.